Did someone just say WeeaBoots? Cause I think I just heard someone say WeeaBoots. Hey, and welcome to WeeaBoots, the anime review podcast hosted by GigaBoots.com. With me today, I'm Dan, and with me today I got Jay from Alzion.
Yes, you do.
Jeff from, where are you from, Jeff?
I have no answer for that.
And Bob.
I'm also from GigaBoots. I don't know if you didn't notice or not.
I'm not sure, you guys
What,
have
you're from
watched
GigaBoots?
900 other videos where Bob's in most of them. But what sort of anime, can you quickly, for the audience who is tuning in for the first time, their problem, they should have tuned in for last episode, describe your anime taste, what sort of series you've collected, and how you've made a name for yourself via cross-dressing over at Alzion.
Okay, let's see, I can be pretentious and say I like anime that doesn't suck.
Oh, nice.
But usually I go for more character-driven stuff.
I like garbage. I watched all of Lost Universe.
I've only seen
No
like
one
2
stopped
episodes.
you. It's crazy.
I know, right? One of these times I'm going to assign that, and everyone will have it out for me. But what else, dude? What else?
But yeah, like I said, I usually go for like the more character-driven stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just hit like everything on the spectrum, but yeah, usually the more character-driven stuff. I tend to lean more towards the shoujo end of the spectrum, but yeah.
Okay. Recent series you bought or whatever, just so they can be like, oh, I watched that.
Toradora, Gunbuster, Attack on Titan.
He has a buying
Card
issue.
Captor Sakura Blu-ray set I just got that is coming in the mail soon.
He's like, here, this is easier.
I have a
Let me
fucking
just
problem,
look at.
man. Okay, this is what I fucking do. I hate myself and my wallet.
Let me look at the last few months of releases. Yeah, all of these. Okay, Jeff, what sort of anime are you? Jeff is the man who introduced me to Nichijou after Bob did it, and Bob was angry that I watched it when Jeff did it.
Nichijou is a favorite of mine. I watch that all the time. I put it on for like background noise and stuff.
It's on my fucking phone.
Yeah, right?
I bought an Android phone so I could play like 720p Nichijou on it and have enough space to always have that on there.
Yeah, I was really upset to see the streaming quality of Crunchyroll on the iPhone.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I actually pulled that up on my Android phone earlier. It's a Samsung Galaxy S4. It's 1080p. Yeah, it looks like garbage on it too. And I'm looking at Bob's screen. You know, his TV's 1080p. I'm looking at my fucking phone and I'm like, what the fuck, Crunchyroll? Pisses me
Like,
off.
they
You
don't
second-rate
wanna use up-
citizens.
They're like, we're gonna just not use up your bandwidth.
You want to talk
and play
about
really, really low.
It's available at 360p. Nichijou.
Yeah.
You want to talk about like
Shit quality.
yeah, shit quality.
Streaming.
Like live where I live, where like the internet is total ass.
Yeah.
I have to watch everything in SD except for like 3 in the morning when everyone's asleep, and then maybe I can do 720p.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah,
impressive. You're really pushing Val P internet with that shit. But I actually recently started working my way through Danchi Kokosei Nichijou. The Nichi Bros.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, actually, it was really good.
I was wondering if you'd ever watched it.
Yeah, it's on my phone too. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm slowly working
I
through
love all
that.
the scenes with the...
So you watch animes that have Nichijou in the title. Do you watch anything else? As
Cute
of late?
girls doing cute things.
Yeah, pretty much. Seriously, like, I watch anime for the kawaii-ness of
Okay.
it. Like,
That seems
It's
pretty...
so moe.
yeah, it's
Seems
so
pretty
moe.
valid.
I really like K-On! It's a guilty pleasure of mine.
I watch a lot of those cute girls doing nothing animes too, but I've never seen K-On! I don't know.
It's so good. It's like filled with like K-pop that's just like entirely too cute for its own good.
Okay,
Like-
I think I can get behind this.
And it's like the production quality of it's really high. The animation's really good.
Yeah, Kyoto Animation always does
Yeah,
really
they-
good stuff.
They just pour budget on like fucking
Yeah.
syrup on ice cream.
Bob, what are your tastes in anime?
I guess I'm kind of an all-arounder for this. I don't...
You don't like things
Yeah.
equally, maybe.
Right, I mean, I definitely have preferences. Like, Kill la Kill, I think, was probably the best anime I've seen in a long time.
Still haven't seen it.
I'm stuck on episode 3.
I don't understand. How do I get past this boss on episode 3? Son of a
Well,
bitch.
it is pretty hard.
The Blu-ray, and I was just like, well, I'm not going to continue watching it online. I'm just going to wait for the Blu-ray. I'm like, fuck, it's Aniplex. I don't have money for this shit.
Right?
God damn it. Like, I'm already trying to buy the fucking Monogatari series, and that's killing my goddamn wallet.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah, I guess I like more of the action-oriented stuff normally, but I really get into the comedies a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I typically end up watching everything Crunchyroll has available unless the first 2 episodes just make me stop. Like, if they're just so bad, I cannot continue.
I've watched him.
Impressive.
I've watched him carry on to like episode 7 on some of these, and he's just like looks like his face is burning.
I think that
he's like, ugh.
I actually have written down on here because one of the directors did another show on this, or that we're doing this week.
Oh yeah.
It's a Hakken Den 8 Dogs of the East.
Okay.
That show is one that broke me.
Okay.
2 episodes. That is the director of Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun.
Oh, okay. Cool. So we'll cover that later. Originally here, I was just gonna say, and I'm in charge of this show, so fuck you. You don't get to ask me what my taste in anime is. But no, now I'm just gonna let the shoe drop and just be like, yeah, I'm that guy. So I own all of Excel Saga on DVD, and I really like Yu Yu Hakusho and Nichijou, and I'm done. I think I'm out. I do like Karakano. Like, it was
But
amazing.
the anime version, right?
Yeah, I was gonna get into that because I think the manga was brought over under the name His and Her Circumstances.
Yeah,
either
other way
that or
around.
have flipped. Yeah, okay, there we go. And I remember, like, I kept hearing about how the mangaka was pissed as fuck at Gainax for what they did to the anime. I'm like, oh, I guess they changed some character arc or something. I guess they really fucked that up and just, she's pissed as hell for the rest of eternity. Then a friend of mine gave me all of it. She gave me like 13 fucking issues of the manga. And I read it, I'm like, they added every good part of the anime. All the humor, all of the like weird twists, all of the interesting came from Gainax. And I'm like, you're pissed at Gainax for improving what you did?
You want another example of that is fucking Rumiko Takahashi when the second Urusei Yatsura movie was coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she fucking hated the second movie so bad of Urusei Yatsura that she was just like, no, Mamoru Oishi is not allowed to make any more fucking Urusei Yatsura. Do not let him touch another one of these fucking movies. And the thing is, though, that's the one that's like the critically acclaimed one. Everyone's just like, yeah, that's like the best of Urusei Yatsura film. Fuck that bitch.
Look, man, Rumiko
Tokuroka.
whatever. She clearly has an idea of what
Tokugawa
that series
has
is.
some ideas.
And it's all the same fucking idea because she can only write one goddamn manga.
Yeah, and she's been doing that for 25 years or something, right?
She's got that worked
She
out.
boiled that down to an art form.
When's that Renee anime coming out? I need
Right?
that.
Because honestly, I don't even give a shit about her anymore, but I'm like, fuck it, I'll watch it. I watched all of her other shit.
So today on WeeaBoots, episode 1, we're gonna go ahead and review the first 5 episodes. So this is like our preview review roundtable. We're gonna do Akame Ga Kill, Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun, and Blue Spring Ride. Now I may change the order of this just to change the flow of this, but I don't know.
Well,
I say we start on Monthly Girls, and then we'll move to.
Are we doing the intros first?
What?
No, we'll do that.
No,
after.
we'll do and then we're gonna do an intro like segment at the end where we just basically go, "Hey, what was the best intro?" and everyone yells at each other for a bit. So that's
Fuck you! This was the best!
Look, I'm just saying, Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh my god, that song is so good. It's called Smile Bomb.
But only the American version.
I'm dead on the inside. Nothing will ever be as good as Yu Yu ever again.
But Dan, what about Kenshin Freckles? That's the best song ever. I have the
totally.
ball scroll.
You do have. God damn it.
Yeah, can't you get relicensed, please? God fucking damn it.
Whatever, it's all on Crunchyroll. It's good enough for me.
Fuck you, it's not good enough for me. I need that in my collection.
Speaking of which, things that need to get relicensed, Cromartie.
Yeah.
That's expensive as fuck now.
Is it?
Yeah, you
Balls.
want that used $80.
Oh.
New
Maybe I'll
100 something.
Maybe I'll stumble across that at Movie Stop one day.
Right?
Welcome to Movie Stop where we don't know what we're selling.
Right? I got
can't
some
even-
awesome deals there before. I'm like, like that, like TBS comics like on there. Like I picked up, what was it? All of Record of Lotus War.
Oh yeah, you told
I was
me
just
about
like, they have all of it. Just grabbed it. I'm just like put it on the counter, and they're like, I'm like, dude, just ring it up, just go.
that. Just go before you realize. Sell that to me now. And then we're gonna review the RoboCop cartoon. No, we're not.
I actually have a frame of reference for that.
Have you seen it?
I grew up with that shit, dude.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I showed, what was it, Eric and James were over here at one point, and I made them watch the RoboCop cartoon, and they're just like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, it's G.I. Joe with RoboCop.
Now, did you watch the original one or the second one, which was like trying to be grittier and dumber?
The original.
Okay.
The original, just straight up animated by the people who did Captain Planet, and you can tell by the fucking faces. That's the part that kills me. It's not the designs, it's the faces the dumbasses are making. They'll just freeze in the stupidest smiles or surprised faces.
And I like that RoboCop's like way bigger than anyone.
He's fucking huge. He's like 11 feet tall.
Jesus Christ! Is that Hokuto no Ken?
Right? I kept talking about like he solves most crimes by just walking towards people until he crushes them. But enough about RoboCop. Let's talk about monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. Do we have any point of reference? I could just read off who did the animation. Doga Kobo. They apparently did 11 Eyes, Dirty Pair Flash, Engaged to the Unidentified, and Man Girl.
I've actually watched the last two of those.
You watched a thing called Man Girl.
It's very deceiving. It's abbreviation of Manga Girl.
Yeah, like I thought I was like, oh, a training anime is on here.
That's amazing.
Yep.
I still wouldn't have watched it because you gotta answer yes to that question from now on. Have you seen Man Girl? Yes. The original creator of the manga is this based on
that's
manga?
the manga.
Okay, you look this up. Also wrote The Magic Touch and Orasama Teacher, and the director is Mitsue Yamazaki, who did Hakenda and 8 Dogs of the East, which Bob has glowing praise for.
Clearly.
Yeah. So, okay, how do we describe Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun? So this guy, Nozaki-kun, writes a manga that is in an issue of a magazine called Monthly Girls, and that's what he does, and it's extremely feminine shoujo.
You call that extremely feminine shoujo? Bitch,
What he writes.
Okay.
What he writes is an extremely feminine shoujo. So in any case, the main humor comes from the main character, whose name is Chio, or Sakura. Chio Sakura. In any case, meeting him and realizing he's not at all like any of his characters, even though like there's all sorts of glowing praise about how he has a deep mastery of the feminine heart and things like that, really understands them. He's just an uncaring, weird brute almost, just from his appearance and emotional level. So of course that's a comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
I say as though that's wholly apparent.
And yeah, it's all
It's a
about
comedy, you idiot.
Like every episode, they introduce a new characters.
See, the thing about this series, what it really uses as its fulcrum to drive forward character development and introduction is that he's a fucking hack who's basing every single character on people he knows. And so she is familiar with the characters inside of the manga, and then she gets to meet the real people and they clash because she doesn't view them in the same way as him. So that's sort of how that works out. And then one episode, they just went off a tangent, and he's like, I need a new character for this. And they're like, oh, well, then we'll introduce this character. And she doesn't come back yet? Oh, wait, no, she came back for one scene.
One scene.
The loudmouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I wish they'd bring her back. I liked her fucking character.
Yeah, she was like one of the only
yeah,
likable people.
Yeah,
on
she was
that
like my
show.
favorite one so far. And I'm like, God damn it, bring that
What's
bitch back.
that red-haired guy?
Red-haired guy?
What's his
Mikashiba.
Yeah,
last name, Mikoto Mikashiba.
Mikashiba. He was like... I liked when they brought him in because it actually made the show kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, the first episode was like so painfully boring.
See, for the first episode, I just sort of sat there and I'm like, this is kind of funny. I want to see, because I know you, anime. I know you can just turn it to garbage for the next dozen episodes.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give it a sort of feeler thing. Yeah, I think his addition to the cast, especially early on, really, really helped. And like as it goes on, it's less about him. Which, like, for two episodes, I think it was 3 and 4, he was just there in every scene, basically. And then by episode 5, he
had a big
there.
part in episode 5. I mean,
Yeah.
he had the whole, going to a mixer event.
I thought that was 4.
Yeah.
Wasn't that 5?
I don't know. 4 was the
that was
dating.
4.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 was the...
Oh, right. 5 was the meeting other manga artists and
Yeah.
editors and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know, that's sort of where the humor... Okay, Jeff, let's get you out of the way. Guy who likes shoujo. What did you think of Monthly Girls?
It's so boring. I really want to like it, and like the first episode I kind of took with a grain of salt, just hoping that like it was world building and that once the characters got settled, it would start to get like better. But every episode just seems to like start to like ramp up, and then it just falters.
You expect
doesn't really. They don't do anything.
You expect they're aiming for some great change, and then you realize, wait, no, they just introduced their shtick for the next 24 minutes.
Yeah.
And like I don't see there being some sort of big plot point or development.
By the end of this, Nozaki-kun is going to be gay. Like,
I know,
in case
right?
you haven't seen that coming.
I would not be surprised.
I mean, did you see the episode where they ended up writing a yaoi dojin for that game?
Because they felt so bad for the best friend in that dating sim that he had to write a yaoi dojin where that guy gets married to the main character. I thought that was pretty good. That was an interesting take on, like, why is this guy so dedicated? He loved me the whole time. God, and we just left him behind. He wasted his youth on us. Like, I thought that was pretty good to not pay attention to the core mechanic of a dating sim and just focus on that poor best friend dude who's way too dedicated.
Yeah, that was possibly one of the best like segments that series has had so far.
And her coming in like, what are you two doing in here? And then seeing the yaoi manga. What the fuck is this? Jay from the Hellsy.com. What did you think?
It's alright. Like honestly, like it's one of like my biggest problem with that series is fuck, the main characters are so boring. Like the two leads are the least interesting characters in this whole fucking show. They're just like it's like
they are both springboards for jokes, I would say.
Like,
they're kind of the straight men.
Yeah,
you could even say.
Well, okay, like
yeah,
I don't even know if I could say that they're the straight men of the series because they're both kind of weird and eccentric, but like they're just kind of bland. They like I don't know,
not far enough and eccentric, not straight enough for straight man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's not like they're constantly reacting to other people's craziness, and when they do, like like Nozaki, he's just like, oh, it's like, wow, dude,
I don't know,
you Bob? Shit.
That tone of just is hilarious in my opinion.
Well, yeah, because you can empathize with his lack of emotion, but us humans, no. But yeah, just like all the other characters around him are so much like are way more interesting, and I really get tired of that whole thing of like, bitch, just fucking talk about your feelings. Like she already like tried to confess, but she worded it poorly, and you would think, okay, now that like she's gotten to know him over this period of time, they've become friends, she can do it again, but do it properly, and she fucks it up the second time, and it's like, it's just.
What I like about that, at least, like, is that even though she fucked up the proposal, the core of the show isn't about her getting with him. Like, from an emotional level, it isn't like Blue Spring Ride very much that, where it's a focus on that. This really is just, like, it seems like the whole setup is just some sort of, like, device for the jokes. Like it's clearly not emotionally about any of the characters developing.
If she did get into a relationship with him, that would kind of cheapen the jokes that are going on because there's no longer that tension there. There's no longer the jokes of
can you
hey, do you think, or what's his editor like? Is it a pretty lady?
Well, I mean, you can still do those.
We need that one joke for this whole show. Apparently.
We need that.
Is that a woman he likes?
Yeah, it's the same fucking joke, and it's just I really just don't give a shit about the two main characters. Like they have not really, because like I said, they keep relying on the same stale jokes over and over again with those two characters. I'm really kind of getting tired of that. All the more interesting parts of the series have been from all the other characters. Like the red-haired dude. Like I really like him as a character. I really like the loudmouth bitch. I really wish she would come back because she's been my favorite character so far.
I actually,
she's probably the most dynamic of the characters.
I really liked the Prince, and I liked
cool too.
The art guy from the drama club who helps Umataro with his art and shit, and then of course hates the Prince because the Prince is getting bitches all over the place.
Yeah.
Great thing about the Prince, it's a lady.
Yeah.
Still gets bitches. God, okay, so I know it's a fucking cheap joke. It's such a fucking cheap joke, but I love the harem joke early on. It's like, it's been so long since I've seen you. Oh, have you forgotten my name? No, your name is princess.
That cracked me the fuck up. That was good shit.
That was pretty great. I loved the shit out of that. I was like, it's a cheap joke, but God, that just worked perfectly, and she
It worked
worked
perfectly
it.
for that character too. It was just boom, they nailed it on that one. I liked it.
Yeah. I have to say those are probably my two favorite characters: the prince and the art guy. Which I guess I should say the art guy's name.
What is that again?
I guess Masayuki Hori.
Wait, which guy was that?
That was the dude who was in the drama club.
The drama club was
the-
it.
The one who obviously
president?
wants to fuck
Yeah.
the prince,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah.
Like I said, like all of the side characters I really like. It's just the two main characters. I'm like, fuck, do something interesting.
Yeah.
The best combination I feel in a series comes from when it's like those two and a third person all engaged in very close activity, kind of like when they were preparing Mikorin for the mixer.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
And they just kept going to the bathroom, and Umataro was just like, his face is all red. What do you think of that? I'm not sure about this one. And then they're back there. And then, of course, that resolves in some sort of like him feeling left out of them constantly going to the bathroom to talk about him. So he goes in there and talks to them about, what was a cake? I don't remember.
It was
That was so dumb.
Yeah.
But it was great. I don't know. But yeah, no, I can totally understand because plot-wise, this show is spinning its wheels. Like,
It really
intentionally.
is.
It is maliciously just like, no, this is jokes. Go somewhere. You have other animes to watch this season. And yeah, hopefully as they develop and keep tying in the side characters that they're introducing more, hopefully later in this show, it'll be funnier, I think.
Yeah.
I personally thought it was pretty funny, but you know, I can understand exactly what you're saying there. I could see how like those two mains are kind of that same vector of humor constantly from those two interacting with each other. It rarely goes too far outside of that. Hell, in fact, if you were to think about it, even the editor who's introduced in episode 5 has a more interesting interaction with Umataro than the main person. Just because he's just like this cold bastard who keeps sending back terse and very short texts. He's like, what was it? If you leave this to... Umataro, the mangaka, of course, writes his editor, texts his editor real quick, and he's like, hey, if you change departments, I'm going to follow you to that, whatever it is. I don't care, just because every other editor I've ever dealt with is shit. And he texted back, no, you clearly can only draw shoujo manga. You should stay there. And he's like, I see. He wants me to master the art of shoujo.
No.
And then she just obviously gets it. No, you're bad.
Yeah.
You're bad at this. But yeah, I feel like if those two mains did have more jokes, like the variety of jokes were really spent really quickly with, what's his manga? I want to see it before it hits the editor. And then the weird shit he was drawing in.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember that because that was episode 1 and I saw
yeah,
that.
the whole like bike thing and trying to like
Yeah,
like, I can't draw
wrong?
this because it's illegal to like for someone to ride on a bike on the back.
Yeah, so then they're like, okay, well, is this romantic? And they were riding one of those 2-person bikes that it is just like, no, this is just dumb. And if I don't do anything, I feel like a fucking deviant, lazy bastard.
Like that was possibly like the one good gag I think from the first episode. That was like the one joke that really cracked me up.
I could see how that would,
Still thought it felt really lame, though.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, oh, this is like where they're going with this episode. I'm gonna ride it.
Double-seated bike?
Yeah.
Didn't they upgrade to a triple-seated bike or
did, like,
something?
they did at
Yeah.
some point, I think.
No, it was like a
It was like
4-seated
4.
bike, and then like the girls were like fighting. Oh, like that. I understand. That was possibly the best joke. Was like in the manga where the girls were like, "No, I'm gonna take this seat. Fuck you." And it's,
And then I think that he came off as a whore or something, so they didn't want to be with him.
Yes. Why does he have a bike with so many seats? That was, that was weird. But Bob, do you want to give any comments on?
I definitely agree the first episode is the weakest. Like, that's before they introduce other characters who are a lot more interesting.
And then, go ahead.
I find it kind of weird that, what was the name? The prince and,
Mikorin? Or the art dude?
No, the opera singing girl.
Oh,
Yuzuki.
Loudmouth.
Yuzuki, kind of have that same... They have the same, there's someone always chasing them thing. Like, that gets repeated there.
It does.
It's different, but it feels like the same sort of joke.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that. The, like, somebody violently is going after that character is a shtick with both of them.
Right. But I have to admit, I'm a total sucker for these shows that are just like, is this just going to be a bunch of really weird jokes? And have some very eccentric characters, so I liked it from that angle.
I think the part that's weird for me, like when you talked about it improves as it introduced more characters. As it introduces more characters, it's secular. It's like, look at this new person. It's the new person of the week. We're only gonna focus on the editor so Mikorin and the others can fuck off. Like episode 5's almost all interaction with the editor.
They had 3 people introduced in that episode though. They got the editor, or the 2 editors.
They got 2 editors.
Then that other girl.
And that other mangaka,
the
yeah.
mangaka.
Where her editor, which was Umataro's past editor, made her draw tanukis into her shit.
Those were some great jokes, I think.
The tanuki joke, like the first time it came around, because of course it comes around more than once, I was just like, oh, wow, that's actually scary. Like as a viewer, I'm like, that is creepy as fuck. That's not even funny creepy as fuck. That's just creepy as fuck. But then the second time it came around, I don't even remember what. Oh yeah, she started writing a serial drama where she was about killers and stuff, and the tanuki got stabbed in the back.
Right?
Yeah, that was
They're
great.
like, who killed? And then the tanuki's dead, and I just laughed at that. And then he's like, wow, this is actually really well written, despite the fact that the story is garbage and about a murdered tanuki. And then it's like, next episode, we reveal this person did it. Like, was the tiny blurb for next time. And he's just like, what the fuck? And throws the magazine into the floor. I thought that was pretty good.
Right, and I think I liked the way Nozaki dealt with that old editor more, though, just because it was like, oh yeah, I think that there's going to be a swimsuit episode, or we should do a swimsuit scene because we're going to summer. And then he's like, oh, I'm really excited for summer in the manga. And then the next panel was
August.
2 months later.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, we're going back to school.
Yeah. Okay.
That was pretty good, yeah.
Like that is like the only time I could say like Nozaki had like a fucking character. Like any type
Right,
of like defining personality was when he got pissed at his old editors. It's like, no, fuck him. I'm gonna spite his ass. It's like,
Yeah.
it's
Right,
like
I think
the only
episode
time
5
he
is
had
when he
personality.
finally starts being more of a character and having
Yeah,
that
and
interaction
I'm
with that
hoping-
editor and the
Hopefully
other
that'll
editor.
continue from
Yeah.
here on out instead of it just, yeah.
Just him not reacting to shit because I was getting tired of that.
Yeah.
I mean, he only seems to do all that not reacting stuff to the people he already knows pretty well. Like the Mikorin guy, he's totally used to
That
that
guy.
is, though,
guy
like-
doing something stupid or saying something stupid and then
And being
going back
awkward
on
as
But
it.
the thing
shit.
is though, like I really hate how dense he is with Sakura because like the fact that he can't tell that she likes him is really annoying because she's so blatantly obvious about it. And this motherfucker writes shoujo. Like, and he's a hack shoujo writer too. So you'd think you'd identify cliche, trite fucking shoujo tropes
Now,
in
here-
real life.
here's the
I have
layer.
to say that
Okay, go ahead.
it's because it's literally because they don't even care about that angle. Like, I don't care about that angle. I think the author really doesn't care. That's not what the series is about. It's not about romance or building that angle to it.
Then they need to stop fucking bringing it up.
No, it's a joke. It's the same joke. They're gonna keep bringing it up to make that same joke over and over. Apparently.
Right? Yeah.
Dan,
Uh-huh.
if I want to see like the same shitty jokes like repeated over
You
and over
watch
again,
Excel Saga, yeah, I know.
hey, that was a completely different joke that they repeated every episode.
Yeah, that's true. That dog is food. Excel is an idiot.
And
the other
L
one-
Plus is gonna kill her.
That was like a different genre though, so it was fresh and new each time.
And Hyatt,
Totally.
Hyatt dies from internal hemorrhaging constantly. Hya-chan does that.
You know what? If someone vomited blood in the series, every episode, it would be so much more enjoyable.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, the prince gets out a lot of those out of the way.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Also, this is like the second anime that I've seen
Yeah.
this year where like a female character was dubbed Prince and was constantly being chased by females.
What was first?
I guess
the-
it... Go ahead.
The other one was Dear Brother. It's like an old anime from the 90s.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't actually
yeah,
this
it wasn't,
year.
yeah.
It
Oh,
was-
yeah, no. Like it was like Anime Souls was. Are you familiar with Anime Soul?
I think you mentioned him
Yeah,
before.
that's that one company that's crowdfunding anime for U.S. releases.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and they the manga was done by.
Jeff is making faces, and I'm making them back at him.
Yeah, that's like I saw him like doing shit. So yeah.
He was like trying to wake up, but then I made it look like he was ripping his face off. I'm like, shut up!
I
I
don't know
don't.
what the hell was going on over there.
What did I sign up for?
But yeah, Dear Brother had like the same mangaka as Rosa Versailles, so it's super heavy
okay.
shoujo, and yeah, there was
Yeah.
like like Prince Kaoru and yeah like had like the female harem thing going on there.
It's one of the last places where you can go because a normal harem's just so fucking normal. That's not a character. So you reverse that into a female still getting bitches, and that's a character. Like that's the crass level of looking at an institution. Well, I need a character. Let's reverse that. Make it a chick.
Well, the thing is though, like with most harems, you usually get like the spineless bitch ass male protagonist, and then like all the women who want to fuck him for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, when you make it a woman and she's still interested in women, and we're not even overtly saying she's gay, she has so much swag to be able to do that. That is what changes her character.
God.
But did anyone else want to make some? Okay, I guess we should do a quick segment of hey Jay, are you going to be watching this going forward? Let's assume, which it might be wrong. Let's assume we're not doing a review of this series at the end of this season.
Yeah, like
would you watch more of this?
Maybe. I mean, I got better anime to get caught up on.
You have box sets of it.
Yeah, I have like 30 box sets that I need to fucking watch.
Are you fucking...
Dude, that fucking Thundercats retrospective threw me so far back that I'm still trying to get caught up on shit from like 3 years ago. That was a horrible fucking mistake on my part. Yeah. And I am sorry to myself. But yeah, like if we weren't doing this podcast, I probably would have dropped this after a couple episodes. Like if I had like the infinite free time that I had when I was younger, I'd probably just keep watching it. I'd be just like, yeah, whatever, because it is cute enough to warrant watching more of. Like I don't hate the series at all. And I do like all the side characters. So yeah, like I mean, it is worth watching, but I would, given my current schedule and other things that I have going on, I probably would have dropped it.
Okay, Bob, I'm skipping Jeff, going to you.
Okay.
We'll come back to Jeff in a moment.
I would definitely keep watching it if that's what you're going to ask.
Yeah,
are you not going to ask that, though?
You know what? Yeah, okay, I didn't even ask that. How dare you talk out of turn?
Presumptuous prick.
You're out of GigaBoots and WeeaBoots. Go do sushi runs for us. Speaking of which, Jeff, have you hit up Kobe?
Can we do a sushi run? I'm kind of hungry.
You probably shouldn't.
Yeah, you didn't make it sound too
No,
weird.
it wasn't. And then Eric and Becky went after I went. They had same level of like Kobe Cafe kind of sucks dick.
Yeah, I got the to-go, and it was not that good.
And he got the lunch special too.
You haven't tried red ginger yet?
I did try it once. I can't remember what I ordered, but I didn't try the sushi. So I still don't know if their udon or sushi is good. Do they have udon?
I don't know. I'm not a fan.
I think so.
I don't typically get it.
Okay. I may not be a fan. I don't know. All I know is the fucking fuck Kobe Cafe, which is a nearby restaurant you can go to, but none of you live near us, thank God. Actually, no. I know for certain people who listen to this are going to be living. Watch it. Okay, check this. Here's my theory. We have this guy who knows everyone in this room, actually, Phil. He listens to our podcast constantly. I think podcast. He listens to our podcast constantly. I bet he's gonna fucking accidentally listen to this one and be like, what the fuck are these games? I've never heard of them. I thought anime was a genre of game. What the fuck?
How many trophies are there?
God damn it,
Get to that part.
Tell me about the
How
trophy
do you
run.
platinum Nozaki-kun? I'm like 5 episodes in. I haven't gotten a single bronze yet.
It's so fucking stupid. God, fuck this anime. Wait a second. So Jeff, what is your, like, would you keep watching this if you didn't have to for this episode of WeeaBoots?
I think
I
would probably watch a couple more episodes, but
Okay.
if nothing changes, I would drop it and then regret watching it.
So I'm going to ask you, Jeff, who understands the heart of women in anime, is change the essence of a shoujo.
No.
Okay.
What was it? Kimi ni Todoki?
Yeah.
I don't remember the actual title or the American version of it, but
Honestly, I think that's the name that they use in America.
I was
Yeah.
loving what you expect them to translate it. It's just like, you're leaving. Okay.
That's not like one of those ones where he's in love with his sister, is it?
no.
Okay.
No, we're not talking about that one.
No, Jeff does love incest, as he yelled
That's
at my
like-
job one night.
This girl has no friends because her hair is always in her face, and people
Okay.
call her like
I relate to
Sawako from The Ring.
Oh, yeah.
Like her name's actually
saw
like
some of that.
Sadako, so they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're the girl from The Ring," and then no one talks to her. But then like the cute popular guy starts talking to her, and then it's like a shoujo all about like her being entirely too nervous to do anything, and him, despite being popular, like really sucks at picking up women. And then it seriously like it goes on for like a full season, and then they finally like confess to each other, and then they like released another season like a little bit later, and then in the beginning of it they're just kind of like, oh, I guess we're like actually too nervous to do anything about the fact that we confess to each other. So it's like a whole other season where you have to like build up that again, and then like at the end of it they're like, all right, we're actually dating now, so cool.
You know what shoujo I really like? Clannad, because after they confessed feelings, they fucking dated.
Right? It's like,
God damn it! Like, the relationship could be an interesting part of a series.
See, what I like about Karakana, or his and her circumstances, is after they confessed and started dating, the guy went insane.
Well, yeah, I mean, bitches drive men insane.
Yeah, there you go. She was just
Did he?
too smart.
He
did! He went insane by like episode 20. He literally started going fucking crazy. He fucked her, 1, kudos, and 2, went crazy. He was like, I need that now.
he went full instrumentality project and just kind of like...
Wow.
And that is why I love his and her circumstances.
I watched like up to episode 10 or something like that.
And you were just like, okay, hi,
well, it was pretty good, but I just like stopped watching it.
Since we're doing the retro podcast,
thing.
I own the box set. We could do that.
That sounds pretty good to me because I've already seen it and I would love to see it again. I actually started watching about half of it like recently, and it's still really good in my opinion.
Oh yeah, that series totally holds up. Then again, it's from the 90s. I think just about most of the anime from the 90s holds up.
Yeah, like Thundercat.
That was from the 80s, and that was not a fucking anime. Goddammit.
Who animated it?
Pacific Animation Company. It is a Japanese studio.
Okay, it's anime. Captain Planet is too. Who knew?
What?
Oh, I know. I just assumed that it was a Japanese company. I'm pretty sure it is, actually.
There's no way in hell, dude.
Yeah.
Not
Okay, we're gonna have to look that up before. You know what? We're gonna take a break at some point. We'll have to look it up during that break. Okay. So you probably wouldn't. You were saying you don't
see
hate
myself.
it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I just don't see myself enjoying it enough to keep watching it.
Okay.
Same boat as me.
And see, this is why I ordered it like this. We get like bad, good, bad, and then I fucking love the show.
Okay.
I really do. Like, it's not as good as Nichijou, which isn't fair. It's not fair to compare things to Nichijou, Jeff.
I find it hard to believe that people don't like Nichijou.
It has incredibly bad ratings and sales.
I know.
It's crazy.
Like, I don't understand. It's like on this golden pedestal to me. I love that show.
I've seen like a handful of clips. I'm like, this anime looks fucking awesome. But like, I'm such a stubborn fuck about watching anime online. I'm like, no, I need a physical release so I can add it to my collection and watch it that way. And they won't fucking release it stateside because fucking Bandai went out of goddamn business.
Oh wow.
Fuck.
Yep.
That is such a fucking shit to the ribs. Like I really been considering buying an Australian DVD player so I could go buy the fucking Australian goddamn DVD.
Yeah,
okay.
Nichijou's so fucking good. But no, this isn't as good as that. It's not as funny as that. Because fucking Nichijou, that one scene, I'm going to keep bringing it up. Nichijou, that fucking one scene with the principal and the fucking suplex.
Oh, yeah,
where they kept changing to Street Fighter. Yeah. Oh, that was so fucking hilarious. And like, there's no moment in this that has hit that yet. And I was like, nope. Nothing's as good as suplexing a fucking deer and then ramming him in the ribs.
And then, like, she was waiting.
She was just
until
freaking out.
The hair fell off until she was just like, oh my god, he's bald.
That was the surprising part, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, that's when she finally was like, I'm going to burst into the classroom and bring it up. She's like, I don't care that he's, like, suplexing this deer and stuff.
Shit's crazy.
Like, but his toupee fell off.
But wait, hilarious. He's bald?
Yeah.
Now they need to know.
I mean, the best part is it was a toupee for, like, oh man, what do you call that? It's not even a komor. It's
right.
What?
Like
no, it's not a tomage. It was literally that he was balding completely. Like it was.
Yeah,
only
it was like a bush.
It was like a fake like headband, basically, but backwards.
And it just like
old
off.
Man. Yeah, that's great. Oh man, I need to stop bringing up these. But no, I really do. Out of all three of these, this is my favorite. I just hands down. Out of all three of these animes, this is the one I would go on watching. And I'll explain in Blue Spring how it's second place. Really close second. I'll explain when we get there. But yeah, no, I really like it.
That's easily my second favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then your favorite, your favorite is.
Blue Spring, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Come
So,
on.
Yeah, obviously.
I guess we'll move on to talk about Blue Spring Ride.
All right.
I'm
Take a
trying
break
to-
first, or
No, we'll take a break after Blue
Okay.
Spring Ride.
All right.
Because I feel like after we finish talking about this, we'll all need a moment.
All the feels dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so Blue Spring Ride's animated by Production IG. The director is Ai Yoshimura, sorry, who previously directed My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu.
which I saw, and that was actually pretty good.
Okay, and the original creator was Io Sakisaka. Wow, that's actually a pretty neat name. Created Bye Bye Little.
No, Bye Bye Little is one name. It's hard to...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we should format these different.
Yeah, probably.
Semicolons
They
in the
were
future.
underlined, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
We had to remove the underlining so that way it was legible on this paper we printed out. Watashi no Koibito and Strobe Edge. Okay, so how do we describe this? So, a long time ago, for a high school unit...
Back in middle school.
yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago for a high school student, which is middle school, a person, main character is Futaba Yoshioka, red hair. What is her hair?
Red, brown.
it's like-
Yeah,
brunette.
like a
Brunette. Yeah, okay, so brunette, high school student, female. Knew a kid,
Kinda new.
yeah,
Yeah.
was
Last day
kind of
kid.
in
Yeah,
the,
we looked at each other in the hallway occasionally. No.
and then we
Yeah.
looked away,
Yeah.
but then after we looked away, we both looked back at the same time.
Well, I mean, like the way it's been progressing, though, they have been hinting that, like, you know, that they did interact a little more than that. But
Yeah.
But in any case, so they knew each other back then, and she really liked him. Unfortunately, she was like, "Hey, meet me, blah blah blah, park, whatever, blah."
We can go
or-
to the festival together.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the festival. Just meet me in this park. But then after that, he heard her yell that she hates boys,
Excellent plot device.
and then he doesn't show up. So that's like all in the background. And then they meet again in high school, and he's so different now that he doesn't go by the same name. He's a different man now. So that is the crux of the series. She is learning about him, and he's different, but so is she. And they're figuring out how they're different now, and how they're learning and growing as people together, and sometimes separately, but then together again shortly thereafter. Supporting cast. We got his brother, who's a pedo. He's not actually a
Brother
pedo.
has
Well,
the
we'll
best
get into that.
shirts.
Huh?
His shirts are so good.
Jeff, I'm looking at you wearing a shirt with no fewer than 8 cats on it. You have 8. It's not even the whole cat. It's like the head on almost all of them.
There's like one that looks like Satan somewhere.
So here's
At least he's
So
not wearing
he's a
his-
judge of shirts, very
yeah,
much.
a connoisseur of shirts. So in any case, we got Ko Mabuchi is the name of the character. His brother is Yoichi Tanaka. We got who I've written down as the cute one, Yuri Makita. The lone wolf, who
Wait, which
is
one was the cute one?
the cute one was the one who every time she talks to boys, she just gets
Oh,
all
yeah,
nervous
the-
and cutesy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So I wrote that down as the cute one, Yuri Makita. Then we got the lone wolf, who's stern, cold person who doesn't even want to remember high school. She's so over this
Oh
shit.
yeah, she's so. That's pretty much how I was. In high
Shuko Morale. Yeah, we know. Me too, though. Man, we're rewrite. That sucked. And then the annoying bullshit outgoing guy, Aya Kaminato.
The guy that can't take a hint that she totally doesn't want to be with him.
Right.
The guy who can't take a hit that everyone wants him to stop being.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that guy. Okay, in any
Yeah,
And
case,
of course, he's the blonde-haired character.
Right?
was there anything in that description that I left out other than the smaller details of the relationship? Like Shuko Morale has a thing for Ko's teacher brother.
Yeah. Like, I mean, yeah, there's a whole bunch of, like, little nuances and things with the characters going
Right,
on, and how
right.
they all interact with one another, but, so it's kind of hard to cover all that, but...
Wait,
Oh no. Yeah, sorry, I got it.
I was like, well, we could introduce the two friends of the
I was
main characters.
confused
They
for
were
a
the main
moment.
characters.
oh, the two friends at
Yeah,
the
the one-
beginning
the
who
two
get
cunts that-
shucked by like episode 3.
Yeah.
The silent girl, she's into the teacher, right?
That's on the list.
Cold person.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the lone
That's why
wolf.
she's all
The
cold.
lone wolf. She's cold because she's so over high school that she's going to date a guy who's probably a decade older than her.
Right.
I
Actually,
looked it
she's
up
the
on
same-
accident. It's 8 years.
Eight
Okay.
years different.
8-year age difference, and they're in their second
Second
year
year?
of high school. So that means
Totally
they're
legal in Japan, though.
17, and he's 25.
Let me just say, like, I grew up on Sailor Moon, so I'm used to seeing, like, 20-year-old dudes, like, dating 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But yeah, I'm just throwing this out there for the audience. I'm not casting judgment. I'll do that later. But what else? Yeah, episode 1, they meet, and main female character, she has some fake-ass friends. And by episode 2, Ko's basically like, you don't even have real friends. You're pretending to be someone else. You're playing at friendship. And because of that one statement eating away at her, she basically explodes on her friends because they're snarky bitches. Which,
Friends sucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, here's the thing, right? One of her friends sucked. The other one I'm still not sure about. She looked so like, oh, she's right. We're being terrible, or she's being a terrible person.
The one that didn't have all the mascara.
Well, the thing is, though, like, I think the other one was just kind of a tool to the other.
Yeah.
And it was just basically like, well, she's the popular one, so I'm going to side with her because I don't have a spine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that sort of like Ko says something and it eats away at her because he can just do that. Like his words cut to the core of her and really just point out like, this is what's wrong with you. And he does it offhandedly, that seems to be a running trope. That seems to be their sort of relationship of she's like, you're playing, or he's like, you're playing at friends, and then she's like, wait a second, I am. Fuck these bitches.
Yeah.
I'm out.
He's so mean to her.
He is cold as fuck.
He is a
Yeah.
tsundere, if
He
you will.
is.
Yeah.
No, he's just soon.
Yeah,
Like
he
I don't
always-
know.
No,
in
he has
episode
a
5,
lot
he's
of
totally
really-
tsundere.
Yeah, let's say, because he has a lot of moments, because, like, I find his character interesting because, they have been
By
progressing.
Ko.
Yeah, Ko.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you find Ko interesting. What?
I find him interesting because, because obviously, like, shit has happened to him within that 3-year span.
Yeah, he's damaged goods.
Yeah, like he's had some shit happen to him. It has affected him, obviously. And you can tell he's not a bad guy, but he's just very emotionally distant. Like, there's some reason why he doesn't want to get close to people, but, and the series is slowly revealing that. It is a slow burn of a series. And, yeah, it does make me kind of invest in his character because I am interested in what happened to him, when they're, like, how they're going to reveal it, seeing, like, him warm up to people, because you've seen like a lot of moments where like, yeah, he does care about people, like him carrying the girl on his back, or like, no, like him carrying the girl, the main character after she hurt her ankle, him giving her a coat, him like trying to like, get her to stop being fake friends with her shit friends, like he's technically right most of the time. He's just kind of a dick about it, which I can totally fucking respect.
Mm-hmm. Jeff, what is the core element of this, or like your favorite character or whatever that you really? Why do you like this? This is your favorite out of these 3. I don't know if you think this is a great anime, but it's your favorite out of these 3.
It's just entirely too cute, really.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, like I don't know, all the like.
Just real quick while you ruminate. I don't listen to podcasts on the internet, and when I hear the guy who just has that one thing where you're just like, I watch anime for cute girls, then we get to you're like, he's too cute, that's why I like it. I'm like, that guy's fake as shit. No, Jeff is legit. He is not faking this shit.
He likes his shit kawaii as fuck.
Girl.
Yeah. No, like all the moments they have between each other where it's like they're almost starting to get close, but like they just get entirely too nervous. The way he like covered his mouth with his hand when he's like 7 o'clock and like covered up his hand and stuff. All that moment, it's just like I like turn into a little girl.
You
like that. I'm just
Oh, Ko-senpai, please!
You tease. So you like emotional blue balls, is what you're saying. Where it just keeps ramping up and then it takes away and it's like right before you.
Yeah, I mean, like I watched two seasons just to see them get together at the end, so I can wait as long as it's interesting enough.
Okay. Now, Bob.
What's up?
I should have done like J, you, Jeff, me, but I guess it's going to you and then maybe to me. I don't know. What did you think about Blue Spring Red. Let's start with, out of these 3 animes, what does it rank?
Definitely the last.
Okay,
among the
so you are not a fan.
three. I am not a fan.
Why? What is the show to you?
To me, it is the most, like, generic pile of tropes I've ever seen. Like, it hits every beat exactly as you expect it to hit.
This is where the podcast you can hear it.
Yeah, no, I know
that. There's a breaking sound.
Yeah, like-
and you're gonna want to turn down the volume on your audio playback device.
I think we just need to like put a line across the room, and me and Jeff will get on this side, and you guys can get the. If we need a table, so you and I just.
Yeah, a table flip.
But it feels like it's the generic garbage that's being written in Nozaki. That's how I feel about this.
Okay, so you think this is the manga in Nozaki, not literally, but like it's just that level of...
Right, they're building up to something. Oh, it's getting cut off. And we're going to do that exact thing every time.
Every episode.
And then episode 5 is what really killed me.
Okay,
like,
what was it in episode 5?
At the end of episode 5, when main character girl and...
You have a piece of paper! We put effort into this,
we
man.
did.
You sound like
in Yuri.
Okay.
Her
so
and
the
Yuri,
cute one and the main character.
Yes. They have like this emotional moment. They're like, oh, we're really deep friends. We're going to be the best friends forever. And then they follow it up almost immediately with, oh, I think I'm in love with Ko too. Is the main character figures that she's in love with him currently. It's like, oh my god, can you hit these any more typically than this? Can you?
So it's like, it's the fact that like she's really introduced as a heavy character in episode 4, right? Like they really start to focus on her in 4, maybe like 2 you could say they touched on her. But in episode 5, they're just love triangle. Right after they're like good friends forever. That's really, that burns you.
Right. I honestly, after episode 1, I was really like looking forward to the series. I thought it could go a lot of places from where it started there. Like it felt like it could really be a good series after that first episode. I was interested. And then 2 almost repeated everything that happened in episode 1.
Okay,
And,
so I'm gonna talk
also,
about...
one more thing.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
I really like the art style for a lot of it. But the Ko and his brother have like these weird giraffe necks.
Yeah, actually.
I have not noticed that.
So I was watching this with Eric, and I'll get into that a little bit later. We were making jokes about how he's as huge as a Titan in Attack on Titan because of how one of the angles was drawn so weird. He looked enormous compared to her, and I'm like, it's a different scene entirely. They're in a courtyard, and it shows the side of the high school building, and I'm like, fucking Ko's just gotta lean over. Hey, what's up? Scoop her up, and it'll be Attack on High School Girls. Because it's a one-sided war.
I've seen that hentai.
Yeah, you probably have. Any other before? Because I mean, we're not done here. You can definitely talk about more later. But
it's so weird. Like his head's little, and then his neck's like super long. It's strange.
The neck thing, I'm not really seeing it, but I can sort of understand. It's not a short neck. Like it is there. He's not like Sun Am Disappoint neck with the tree-sized girth. But no, okay. So for me, this is my second favorite series of these 3, and the reason why is it is the exact level of very predictable, coarse anime shoujo that it is great to just make fun of while you're watching. That is why it puts it above Akame Ga Kill. Because for Akame Ga Kill, for me, I'm like, it's alright, I guess it's good shonen, whatever. For Blue Spring Ride, me and Eric the whole time are just like, we're learning so much about high school girls and their feelings! Oh, Ko-sama! But yeah, no, for me, really, if we're going to talk genuine appreciation of the series, not like ironic appreciation of the series, where it falls apart for me is that in the first 5 episodes, not a whole lot has actually changed. You can see the 2 major events, at least in my opinion, are her shucking her friends, like just completely shedding them off in episode 2. Is that right? Because
2 or 3.
Episode 1 didn't have that. I think it was 2, and then 3 was when she realized she had to get on top of shit and make this anime do anything before I go insane. So the 2 major events were they became the class representatives, and then they went to do the training. and then that. And outside of those two events, really not much has happened. And that sounds kind of bad to be like, these two major... But those aren't, like, super major events, in my opinion.
Yeah, they kind of just happen.
They kind of just happen, and it's still the same core... I'm so used to talking about video games that I almost said mechanics. The same core like, cadence, rhythm, mechanics of the story where it's just like, she gets kind of close, but then goes cold. And then she's sad, but then she realized that's how Ko is, and she's okay with it. He's just like, I was just playing with the cat, bitch. You ain't shit. And she's like, I knew you'd say that, Nick.
Hey, wait, I can't say that?
No, I can say I'm...
Oh, okay.
No, that's where we cut it off.
Because they prepared me for this in advance. It was like, okay, no racial slurs, no gay bashing, none of the horrible shit that you normally say. I don't think I'm allowed to talk about abortion either.
You can talk about abortion.
Oh, okay. So I can make terrible abortion jokes.
Podcast rules.
But I can't make
abortion
racist jokes or gay jokes. Gotcha.
Correct. Well, maybe you can make gay jokes.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I already said the main male protagonist of Nozaki-kun. I already said Nozaki was going to be gay by the end of it. But
that's not really a gay joke so much as an observation of where the series is going.
That's the long-term arc. That's why it seems like nothing's happening between those two. Because the long-term... He's like, no, I'm gay. Why didn't you ask?
But yeah,
how did you not get that?
I draw shoujo manga.
I
hang out with Nikarin all the time.
Come on.
Right. He did describe.
I have strange men showing up at midnight. Yeah, he did describe Mikurin as adorable.
Yeah,
He's like, he gets so flustered.
Yeah, he gets so embarrassed. It's so cute, isn't it?
God, he wants his dick so hard.
No, he just would appreciate it.
Okay,
it's not that he needs it.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure we're talking about Blue Spring Ride.
Yes,
back
getting back to Blue Spring Ride. That's sort of it for me. That the backstory of the main of Ko hasn't been overly divulged. That in this episode 5 we start getting the morale arc with the teacher really hardcore, where that's sort of like, I don't know, there's nothing particularly interesting about that to me, where it's the lone wolf and the older teacher who's the teacher's like, no, it's not okay, I'm a teacher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
do you not?
It's probably about all that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I was like,
so that doesn't
another
really
hit
get
on like
me.
that's exactly what you expect.
My favorite,
I don't know.
For me, and I guess we can do everyone's favorite moment so far in the first 5 episodes in a moment, but for my favorite moment in that whole series is when the cute one was fucking going to shank that annoying asshole for taking her fucking cupcake.
That is the first time she seemed like a character.
Because she fucking, oh my god, fuck that guy. Okay? Number one, if you want Dan from GigaBoots.com opinion on Blue Spring Ride, just know Kominato is a fucking dick. That guy is an asshole, and no one wants him alive.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone in this room could agree that he's like the worst character in this series.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
No, I hate student number B. Number B. That's in the background.
B
of scene 5. That guy.
We'll just call him Seiko for the.
Yeah, there we go. We'll call him Seiko. But no, like. Yeah, so for me, the core arc, it's killing me because, of course, as Jeff was talking about, they do that tease. There's that emotional tease of, like, they get closer and then there's distancing and stuff. That doesn't work for me. I just get tired of that. For some reason, that doesn't click, and I'm like, no, I'm going to need you to change or do something, progress this in any way. In the change of scenery, what was it? Bob was like, oh yeah, don't worry, something happens in episode 4. And I'm like, I swear to God, if it's just them in the forest. And I watch episode 4, I'm like, they're just in a forest now. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
So maybe, hopefully, in the next few episodes, I'll give it a few more, even if we don't cover it later for WeeaBoots. Hopefully something changes, or another arc that I actually really appreciate comes in. Because I don't like
Can I guess the backstory for Ko?
Wait, let me go ahead and just, yes, you can, but I don't like the cute one being interested in the same dude, Ko. Yeah, I want her to have her own dude. I want it to be a more interesting and less cold character.
And less predictable, Jesus.
What, like Ko?
Yeah, was Ko, her falling in love was Ko there. That was just like, oh, yeah.
That really,
Yeah, that kills me. I
don't want a love triangle. I'm not going to say that's the most incredibly direct thing they could have done, but I am going to say that I didn't really like it at all.
Or maybe if they gave it a setting time, like just you can introduce that a few episodes later, like something else happens and they figure that out later.
You don't think they give it enough space to be reasonable because it's just like, hey Bob, we're gonna be the best friends ever. Are you interested in Jeff? Because I'm gonna jump his bone.
Better protect your asshole, son.
Damn, Daniel, you're so predictable. Raping Jeff.
I don't think this is the same thing at all.
No, this is apples to anuses.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Did you ever play that card game?
What were you gonna say about Ko's backstory that you're guessing?
Okay, get this.
Okay.
His parents, they were together.
Uh-huh.
And then they separated and he followed his mother.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
And then
what?
she remarries.
Yeah.
And he changes his name.
Well, that's the obvious. But
Right.
Uh-huh.
And then he has to move back home. And it's really sad.
No, wait. You haven't started the part where it's a deep, dark backstory that...
No, that was it. That was the darkness.
Oh, okay.
Like, he can't deal with his new dad. It's awful.
Okay, and now, real quick, I want to ask you two, what's the likelihood that is it?
Very, yeah. Like, I figured there's going to be more to it. I'm hoping it's more than that, because they've already pretty much covered that without saying as much.
Okay, are you telling me that because of my parents getting divorced, I had a license to be a fucking dick and get bitches in high school, and I had no idea?
Yeah. Did you not get that memo, Dan?
Shit!
But you have to be, like, cold, calculating, and well, not calculating, you just not give a shit.
Hey, Dan. Dan, calling me Dan already? Jumping to that. Nice one. That easy, huh?
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, damn!
I realized I actually haven't voiced my opinion on the show.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Yeah, that's like, you kind of jumped straight to Jeff, because all I saw was Mamochi.
Here's the description of the plot. Great opinion, Jay. Moving to
Yeah.
This would make my production idea great.
But yeah,
what
much like Jeff, this has been my favorite of the three. As I said before, I like character-driven stuff. This is very character-driven. I don't find it as cliched as Bob does. And like, my main thing about it is like, the characters actually have the fucking balls to talk about their goddamn feelings. Because that is just one of those things where it's just like, oh, like, you know, I'm all embarrassed and blushing and shit. Like, you know, there has been things, you know...
I don't know. They're able to talk about their feelings in the past tense. They're able to talk about, oh, I used to love him.
Yeah,
but they cannot do anything past that.
But yeah, the thing is, though, because he's such... They are different people now, and she is kind of like, you know, she had those feelings for him back then for that person, but, you know, he has changed so much. And, you know, she just now realized in that last episode, it's like, yeah, like, no, she has feelings for this Ko now, not just the old Ko. And I
feel like she had that realization in episode 3, too, but they just sort of ignored it later.
Well, yeah, because I think what it was is, like, she wasn't sure. You know, she didn't want to just kind of jump to that conclusion. And I can understand that. Like, you know, it kind of felt a little more real, a little more human, you know, a little more mature. And the whole love triangle thing... I'm fine with them doing that, like, not like the whole, like, oh, we're best friends, oh, I want to jump his bones, like, that, like, I kind of wish that she had done that whole thing earlier, like the episode prior, or even, like, back when they first became friends, was just like, yeah, you're the first person that ever spoke to me, and I think it was kind of obvious to the audience that's where that character was coming from, you know, because we're given enough context clues by that point, but...
But they did finally reaffirm it at that final moment.
Yeah, they do reaffirm it, like, in the exact same episode that they do the whole, like, oh, I'm also in love with WeeaBoots-kun. And she, like, she doesn't know that main character is in love with him. She has no fucking clue.
She doesn't have eyeballs or observation. She's a high school girl.
She can't hold her own.
I mean, unreasonable standards of a living,
she just completely ignores this. He's humping... Whatever.
Right, yeah. The piggyback.
The piggyback scene.
She's just watching the whole thing, and she's like, I bet
the thing is, though, like,
that isn't good for either of them.
The thing is, though, like, I think that she could just view it as he is just that nice of a guy whenever he isn't being a cold asshole. Because, you know, like, you know, he, like I said, you know, he is very cold, but, like, you know, when someone needs him, he will step up. You know, and you can't really tell what his feelings are at all.
What's that, Futaba? You and Ko were out there watching the sun come up, and you want us to join you? You've been up for a while before us? Oh, that seems friendly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly...
Oh, is that his jacket, too? Huh, that's weird.
That's weird. Oh, and you have, like, dick marks on your face? That's strange.
I don't know. Like,
I want to date him. Is that okay with you?
But yeah, like, but my only, like, you know, I was fine with her
He dips it in ink first, I guess.
Yeah, he's just
just like forcefully stabbing her face with it.
I am perfectly okay with them setting up the love triangle only because it keeps Futaba from confessing immediately, because she is the type of upfront character that I could see her in the very next episode going, okay, you know, I thought I didn't like you, this version of you, but I do, blah, blah, blah. Like, I could see her automatically confessing her goddamn feelings.
So you like the love triangle because it delays the obvious event that needs to happen to actually further the story.
Kinda.
You are my arch nemesis.
Like, the only anime I can think of where they actually confess feelings and have a relationship near the beginning is Bakemonogatari.
Yes, and that is honestly my favorite fucking harem shoujo thing.
You can hardly call that a relationship.
Right.
Bitch, go watch more of it. Yeah, you have not seen the last fucking arc, you son of a bitch.
How dare you not watch all the anime?
I'm just saying, though, yeah, that last arc really does make a difference with them. But
Okay.
but anyhow, but
So you like that because it
See, in the last arc,
because-
he starts hitting on the grade school
because-
girl more, and it just,
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah.
just brings it in so
And
much
then-
more.
and then his
it
sister.
comes full circle,
And his
dude.
sister.
Jeff's like sisters, huh?
Oh yeah, I love incest,
Yeah,
right, Jeff?
Right? Incest is where it's at.
Yeah.
What was the name? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, he, like I said, he fucking yelled that at my job. It's like fucking. Was it like it's like midnight and he's like on my aisle while I'm working. He goes, "I love incest." I'm like, "Shit, dude."
His
Great, like my friends
coworker
are
was
look-
just like glaring at me, just like, the fuck is wrong with
You
this
look
boy?"
like you'd enjoy incest.
What's wrong with Kiss X6? I don't know.
But yeah, like the reason I like it is because like that I'm okay with them having that stalling mechanism is this anime is going to have a stall regardless. Like, you know, in Nozaki-kun, you know, they're just fucking spinning their wheels because I'm too shy to say anything, and I'm fucking tired of that.
Yeah.
Characters just not fucking confessing their feelings other than the reason that they are shy. Like, you're fucking high schoolers, you are friends, you should be a little bit more comfortable than this. God fucking damn it. These characters are comfortable enough, they are forward moving enough to get that shit going, but at least, you know, they have a reason to stall, not just, they're not stalling for no fucking reason.
Does anyone know whether this is a 26 or a 13 episode?
I believe 13 or 12 episodes are announced.
Yeah, that's it. It
Alright,
feels like
so
it's
that
going to be a
that
13.
may that
But
kind
I've
of lowers
s-
my impression of it. A
I
little
kind of
bit
feel
because-
that it'll probably just end and not have any resolution. That's how this almost always goes. Like, oh, and then maybe you'll do
Yeah.
another season to finish it. Then they never do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, pretty much all the characters I like except for fucking blonde asshole. You know, so yeah, like overall.
So everyone here hates blonde asshole.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
favorite
he
Oh no!
what? Fuck you! Get the fuck out!
Are you, wait, no, are you being
He's
serious?
just so kawaii. No.
Okay.
I hate that guy.
Like, his hair is pretty kawaii.
It sucks. Just like flips out the
Uh-huh.
sides.
Is just fucking up. His hair is a fuck up too. But maybe he did that to it. That poor hair.
To be more of an unlikable asshole.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I really
Yeah,
hate
God.
him because
I
it's
hope
bad
that-
enough that his personality is, "Hey, cold bitch lone wolf, you're gonna appreciate high school, and I'm gonna see to it." And
You're
then
gonna
next
want my dick.
and then next episode, he's like, "You're not eating this cupcake, cute one," and he takes the cupcake, and it's just like, "What the fuck is your problem?"
And
How
then,
are
he,
you
then he
gonna
gets angry over the map thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah, like
that
that
is my
fucking-
single favorite moment. That actually beats out that other one I said earlier that I already forgot about because this one's so much better. Like Ko and that asshole get into an argument. In that asshole is just yelling at Ko. He's like, "Look, it's not my fault. We all did it." And then Ko's like, "Yeah, I know. It's like all our fault." And he's like, "Yeah, it's all of our fault. We're lost." And he's like, "I know.
Yeah, like thing is okay, like because I have a tendency to be like the kind of monotone, detached one in a lot of social groups, or
You haven't been yelling this whole podcast at all. Correct. Go on."
oh, in social groups that aren't this one.
Okay.
You know, or I don't give a
So
shit
high
about the
school.
people.
Going on.
Yeah,
Moving
yeah.
on.
Yeah, like in those social groups, like, you know, I am used to being like that or being in that situation where it's just like people bitch at me for shit because like it's like, hey, like I'm like, no, like that's not what I fucking said. Like, why are you getting pissed? Shut the fuck. No, fuck you. Shut up. That's not what I goddamn said. You. Yeah, so I can sympathize with Ko, and it just makes me hate that blonde son of a bitch even more.
That guy is just like the fact that this core staff, I feel like it's not strong enough. Like they don't have enough interesting backstories or quirks or things to them. It just kind of flat. and then they add the love triangle. On top of that, they introduced just some asshole into the group. Just there to be an asshole. And I'm like, anime, what do you think I want? I don't know why you're coming to the table. I didn't come to the table for like all these black characters and asshole.
Like, I really thought Futaba was going to be a better character, like have
Yeah.
more to her. Because in the first episode, she's doing that whole thing where she's pretending to be like a ditzy and crazy, or in like buying lots of food. And that I get that that's the act, but then it kind of bleeds into, oh well, it's the act, but she's also kind of like this because she's like buying all that food because she's hungry.
Yeah.
But then they never go back to that. She just stays like completely.
Well, she does sort of just shed that like weird, pretentious, double-faced nature at the beginning, like completely.
Yeah. I like
and
that to her character to begin with.
I like that she does it, but at the same time, that's like she's now less of a character.
I mean, like, she
You've
hardly
literally
even
removed-
changes.
Right.
Really, it's
Yeah.
like I was putting on this act the whole time, but really,
Surprise! I wasn't
an act.
Spider-Man. I was I was Tobey Maguire. But yeah, no.
She is pretty.
Because what all did it change about her personality? She
I
just
think the
wasn't
major thing
super
is that,
bubbly.
well, it just. Oh, anyway, from when she was
because
younger.
in like the first like the
Oh.
first 2 episodes when she was with the fake bitches.
The main thing that's really changed about her is that she isn't a fucking tool anymore. Because she was just kind of like the whole fake friendship thing. She was just kind of being a tool to them.
She was putting on that act of overstuffing her book bag and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And acting like extra ditzy.
Yeah, she was being super bubbly and stuff, but then she drops that, and now it's like, okay, before she had the way too positive, way too ditzy, loud mouth, like trying to repel men at all costs, in the internal like ruminating dark nature.
Yeah.
Now she's just slightly positive with an internal ruminating dark nature, and I don't know. As a character, it feels like she got less interesting because of that. And I like the fact she made that transition. The fact she was like, "Man, fuck you, friends. You're kind of bitches,
Yeah.
snarky bitches. I don't need this." That in itself is defining of her character. But now how she acts in general is less interesting
Maybe.
to me. I don't know. I like the
I
two
get what you're
operating.
saying.
Yeah.
You get what
I mean?
okay.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I do like how she was just kind of like, "Hey guys, sorry I was a bitch to you, but you guys are still kind of like."
Yeah.
You guys suck.
Yeah,
Like,
basically. Yeah, that
I
was a
still
great
think
fucking
you guys
scene.
suck.
That
I'm
was-
just sorry I was so
It was a
rude
weird
about
moment. It was like, hey, sorry that I said it like that, but you are snarky bitches.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Watch
well,
out for that.
you're not a snarky bitch, so fuck
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. I
Just
kinda like-
walk away.
Yeah, that was just like done.
You're not cool enough for us anyway. Bye bye.
And then the third person is really the audience surrogate who's like, what even happened today? What was the...
yeah.
Okay, so
Nothing changed except for that person felt like they vented, I guess.
yeah.
Now he gets to go cry in Ko's arms though, and it's
Yeah.
great.
Ko, I don't have snarky ass bitch friends. Okay, why are you crying?
Yeah. I will say one thing though, one thing I think we can all agree on at least is this anime is pretty fucking pretty.
Yeah.
Like I get it, like visually. God damn it! Really?
Yeah, if Jay seeing my face,
Son of a bitch. All right, Dan, go.
no. Like, okay, slight spoilers for the opening sequence later, but you guys were talking about like the opening sequence, like neat, sort of like the art that's in it, watercolor style. I have no appreciation for any of it, and in fact, though I didn't generate this statement, this was actually my girlfriend who said it, and then Eric replied to, "What are you doing?"
Messing with my
Oh,
pockets.
okay. But in any case, what was it? She was like, holy shit, this intro just dumped out glitter and fucking all this shit that's
Candy.
girly as fuck. Nail polish, candy. It's just like, shit girls like all over the screen. I'm like,
Yeah, the
I
opening
know,
like
I know. What is with that? This is like, and artistically, yeah, I feel like it's the same thing. Where it was just like, shit that girls like. Like they draw everything in the style that is most shoujo appealing style. I'm not shitting on it for that.
Yeah.
I just have no appreciation
Okay.
for what it's doing. Now for shitting on that, we go to Bob. Bob!
I don't know. I mean, it looks okay. It's like it's not overly pretty or overly interesting in any way.
Yeah.
It looks okay. Like it doesn't strike me as great. It's just
like
it's
I don't know. I feel like the animation quality is one really consistent. The budget seems fairly high. It's not super high, but it never like dips poorly or anything.
Yeah,
right.
doesn't get super
It doesn't go One Piece anywhere.
Oh hell no! Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll bring that up during Akame Ga Kill, but But yeah, like the animation is really solid. I think it looks pretty most of the time, and like the flashbacks, I know you don't appreciate, but like I liked how the backgrounds had that watercolor look. I like how they kind of add that filter to the main forefront animation to give it that watercolor effect. I kind of wish that had persisted throughout everything and not just the flashbacks, because it did give it its own unique look.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
I have seen shows that try to do that sort of thing all the way throughout, and it's just everything kind of blurs together. It just looks weird after a while.
Yeah, I think I've seen a couple clips of certain animes that did that too, and it just got weird because not only was it not like it wasn't consistent at points. Like I've seen a couple animes where it just does that, and it's like, that doesn't look artistically correct, which is why lazy backgrounds are the best ones. You never notice when they get worse because they're already rock bottom. But
Jeff, what do you think about the animation?
Oh, I think
it was animated?
clearly the best out of the three.
Yeah.
But that's not really saying much.
Yeah,
No,
like,
right.
Nozaki-kun handles its animation quality about as well as does its emotional art.
Yeah.
It's just like, what? There. It's
Yeah,
there
it's
for
animated. Fuck you. It's
Right?
there.
I kind of
We
appreciate
proved
that.
things,
That's
and
hilarious.
we made the move, and there, it's a fucking anime.
It's
Fuck you.
animated.
You read the
You have
quotes,
to admit,
that's all that matters.
this is a good anime because it's animated. Duh, that's just principle of how that works.
Yeah, I do like the. I think it's pretty. I like the
Yeah.
watercolor look of it, but like, it's not to say it's the prettiest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
That's
like-
a long shot.
Yeah.
I hate to be this guy. In the middle of watching these three animes, of course, as I probably referenced a moment ago, I went back and just watched an episode of Nichijou, and I'm like, God, look at that style.
It's
like,
so
out of all
good.
three of these animes, I don't see any style that is so, like, you can identify the anime by looking at it, and more
Yeah.
specifically, you really appreciate just how it looks.
Yeah.
And then even-
in the middle of you,
Oh,
Jeff.
like even just like any of the set pieces, you see like a building, and you're like, "That's a building from Nietzsche."
Yeah.
Right.
I
Right.
recognize that.
It's a really strong
Yeah.
style, and I really appreciate that. I'm sad that none of the three series really brought that to
Yeah,
the
that
table.
really
Yeah.
disappointed me.
But I will say Blue Spring Ride, yeah, it doesn't have huge dips in animation quality. The only weird thing was, as Bob was saying, kind of giraffe neck.
So-
Like there was
yeah.
just one scene where it was just drawn weird, and that's where all the Attack on High School jokes came from. But yeah, it's fluidly animated. It doesn't just ka-chunk. Oh,
Yeah.
we ran out of budget this
Yeah.
episode. Maybe that's
It
next
doesn't
episode.
just
But
die
right?
X out at any point so far. Yeah, like I said, yeah, like we all agree that that's the most solid animation.
Mm-hmm.
Visually, like it really reminds me of, I don't know if any of you have seen it. Probably you have. Say I Love You. Like the character designs kind of remind me of that.
Jay just proposed to Jeff? I don't.
Say I love you, Jeff. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that visually, in that it's just. Then again, it's really a super shoujo-y style.
How old is that?
2 years old, maybe.
Okay, I was like, maybe I've seen it, but I don't.
I think it came out
What's the
last.
Japanese name? Do you know?
What?
Shit, I don't know.
All right.
Shit.
This is all right.
Rohini. Rohini, get.
But yeah, I have to say, like, I went back and watched an episode of Kill la Kill, a little bit of it, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh god, this is
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
still like I said earlier, that is amazing. That is probably the best anime in 10 years.
I'd like to say, like, visually, like, I'm really disappointed that we don't have a fucking Shaft animated season to fucking watch. Because I'm sitting there going through, oh, these are the ones Dan wants us to watch. They're going through, I'm like, well, what's Shaft anime? There's no Shaft yet. There's no, Shimbo isn't doing anything
Look,
this season. Did she
Shimbo
just-
needs a break.
No, fuck you. Shimbo needs to animate he needs to direct 2 fucking series a season. Fuck him. He doesn't get a
He
goddamn
did that
break.
for like 5 years straight.
No, yeah, and which is why he needs to keep the trend going. Also, Nisekoi was shit.
And a few seasons ago, I was watching Watamote, and that too also had a style where you could tell, Watamote.
Watamote shit. What the hell was that? Oh, Watamote. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Awkward as hell, girl.
Yes. I love it. It was delicious.
that
it
Blu-ray's
was so
coming out really
painful.
soon.
It made me want to like commit suicide.
Yeah.
Like just because it made me feel so
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah,
for the
like,
main
I-
character.
This guy has been through movies like Synecdoche, New York. He knows I'm into that shit, where it's just like, this is horrible, get me out of this world.
I do need to watch more of it because
Synecdoche, New York?
No,
You need to watch
no,
it again?
No more of that.
Yeah, I kept needing to take breaks. Like, I think I got 6 episodes in, and like every couple episodes, I'm like,
What was it? Your comment hitting too close to home?
Yeah, I was just like, because
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been that
definitely
fucking
does that.
character in high school where I was just like, Ow! Okay, that was a high school memory I didn't need to relive. I'm just gonna pause this. I want to go pop in something cute and bubbly and feel better about myself. Shit, is there a new episode of My Little Pony? Yeah, My Little Pony. I need
good
something.
feels.
Yeah, I need
Pump straight.
happiness right now before I start cutting myself.
I loved watching that. But back on topic of Blue Spring Ride, did anyone else have anything to say? Oh, right, we should talk about, hey, Jeff, are you going to keep watching Blue Spring Ride after, like, I know you said it's your favorite out of these three, but overall, like, what's your opinion of it? And would you keep watching this if we don't have to do another episode of WeeaBoots on it?
This one is the most likely for me to watch more of, but like, same boat, if it doesn't really pick up at all, I'll probably just end up watching something more worthwhile.
Like Nichijou again?
Yeah, I actually probably will after talking about this.
I said it too many times. It's like
love-
Just like I need my
Beetlejuice.
Nichijou
Like,
fix.
I wish more than anything that they would make a Helvetica standard anime. Like, because
Yeah.
those were all I loved those parts.
For those who don't know, Helvetica Standard was a segment in Nichijou.
It was apparently a comic that the Nichijou mangaka also did Helvetica Standard, so they just did little quips of that in there for
That's
whatever
awesome.
reason. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember that weird one with the bird that couldn't pay rent or whatever.
Yeah.
That was so fucking weird. Yeah, those were awesome.
God damn it, I haven't seen this anime, so I have no frame of reference.
So we should keep talking about Nichijou.
God
for the
damn
next.
Like, legitimately, you know the scene where like they have the power cubes and then it's like the floating airship and stuff.
Well,
And then
what about? Wait, so like, are we talking about Captain America
Nichijou.
now, or
Yeah.
Yeah, Nichijou. But then
we're
like
talking about cosmic cubes, right?
Yeah,
the
they actually were.
how they're like mutinying and then they like I can't remember why, but they end up just like they're like, oh crap, let's stop this. The princess is like, she's our leader, and then they're all like, Hime Asura. And they
they just start chanting
that
and clapping
all
for
over.
some reason
And
to
then they-
get her to calm the fuck down and not kill them all or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, they're just like, we pledge our allegiance. Please don't like murder us all.
Bob, would you continue watching?
So
If
Bob,
I had no other choice.
okay,
What you don't, so eat a dick.
okay, so Jason or Jay from HailZeon.com.
Using my real name, you son.
Yeah, we've never done that, and you've never done that with aggro, certainly.
Yeah, certainly not.
Nope. So in any case, Jay from HailZeon.com. I get paid 5 cents every time I say it. You can't.
Yeah, I like how it was. Like one of your fans like commented, it's like, yeah, you gotta have Jay from HailZeon.com on the podcast, and like this person wrote my name was Jay from HailZeon.com, one word, as if it was my last name. And I was just like, okay,
You should just legally
and
change your last name.
I like to point out that like more of your fans know my name than my fans do. Because
I keep saying Jay from
yeah,
HailZeon.com.
because I never say my name. Like I never even call my, because the closest I've ever come to is Zetsubo J, and nobody, like, they don't even know that J was my name, and now I dropped that entirely. I just go by Hail Zeon. So I just go by or Zeon. So they have no clue what the fuck my real name is.
See, GigaBoots fans don't actually know my real name's Dan Video Games.
Oh, okay.
I just
thought-
keep going Dan from GigaBoots.com because it's a little bit. They'll start showing up at my
Also,
doorstep.
what is it like fucking Von or
Hans von Sticky Hooves.
Yeah, like he
Can
followed
you tell
us.
these? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like he followed us apparently from SPF. Like I was talking to him, I was like, shit, that means you're like one of like 3 people that actually knows our real fucking names.
Yeah.
like first and last.
Oh god, yeah. Credits. That was a great idea. Good job, past Dan/Bob.
Assholes.
Yep.
Hey,
Okay.
thanks for stripping the anonymity of the internet from us.
So yeah. Jay from HailZeon.com. Would you keep watching Blue Spring Ride if you didn't have to for a future episode of WeeaBoots?
Probably. Like I'm kind of in the same boat as Jeff. Like I'm waiting for this next arc to see if they're gonna do anything like really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but honestly, at that point, I probably would have just watched so much of it and gone, fuck it, it's a 12, 13 episode series. I'll continue watching it. So even then, like, even if it didn't pick up, I'd probably just watch it to see the ending of it. So, like, I'm not overly invested. I've seen much better shoujo. In fact, like, the last 5 shoujos I've seen were better than this.
Mm-hmm.
At least. So, yeah. I'm not, like, I enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed the most of these 3. Yeah, and if it wasn't for the podcast, I'd probably just continue watching it just to get to the end of it because I'm already this far.
I think that's for me where a lot of like the disliking it comes from is that like the past shoujos I've watched are better. And if the emotional element for it isn't working for me, then nothing is, which is kind of why like so I'm making Eric watch Blue Spring Ride next to me, and we're just MST 3000 it. Like we're just yelling at it and talking about weird shit that we're noticing. So we go from Blue Spring Ride over to, and we're laughing and shit because of the shit we're saying. We go from that over to Nozaki-kun. And Nozaki-kun is a comedy, and it has those jokes in it. And they're just not working on Eric, so he's actually enjoying that less than Blue Spring Ride from the sheer angle of, this humor isn't working for me, and you're no longer making fun of it. And I'm like, but it's funny. And that's sort of where I'm coming from. Like, the emotional tenet for this just doesn't work for me. Yeah. So I probably wouldn't keep watching it unless I did so to make fun of it. So, as a genuine, like, watch it, I wouldn't recommend it for people personally. Like, in the grand scale of anime, I'm like a fucking asshole about how my time's spent. So I'd probably be like, you should watch Nichijou and maybe His and Her Circumstances. Even though I enjoyed it, I don't know that you will. Just check out 4 episodes of that, give it 4, and then fucking give up.
Yeah. I'd say, like, honestly, it's one of those, like, the way I view this series, like, if by episode 3 you don't give a shit about it, you're probably not going to give a shit at all.
Absolutely.
Because, because there's nothing that's happened in the 2 episodes after that that's made me care more.
Right.
I'm kind of at that same emotional level of, like, I could continue watching this.
Just imagine every episode of Initial D is the one where they go on the mountain and drift for like 13 minutes.
But that is every episode of
No,
Initial
actually it isn't, surprisingly.
I've watched the first 4 seasons, but...
No, that's bullshit. It's not every episode. There are so many episodes about, so my whore girlfriend...
There is... How much of Initial D have you watched?
I
watched it available in English, right?
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
So you're as far as I'm so pissed that we're not getting, like, the last season and movie.
Yeah.
Because there's just one 24-episode season and a movie, and that's it, and that's done. I'm like, fuck!
What happens to his whore girlfriend? I need to know.
I mean, like, I know he's gonna become, like, the Grand Drift Champion of fucking Tokyo, but I want to see him do it, goddammit!
Yeah, Initial D is excellent, but what I was going to say is Blue Spring Ride is if every episode was 13 minutes of drifting, emotionally. It's just like, look, we know where this is.
Yeah.
You're going to get shut down again, but then you're going to be okay with it after a bit, and then you're going to be like, please like me this time. So yeah, That's my opinion of Blue Spring Ride, and we survived it, gentlemen. We survived having a conversation about that. Next, we're going to talk about Akame Ga Kill after this break. Holy shit, I have not prepared interlude music. And we're back. Now we're going to review Akame Ga Kill. I just got all of my yelling out for yelling at Jay from LCN.com about Mecha Evolutions, because I fucking hate them.
But Mega Evolutions.
I'm still all full of yelling.
I'm
I'm about to get my yelling out in a moment, so...
Put my stuff.
It's way back there. You are cheat sheet.
I took notes on my iPad, but I'm not even using them.
Yeah, honestly, like, the only notes I
why
really needed was the characters' names, and he's taking care of that, so...
I wasn't
I'm like,
sure how
man,
in-depth we were going to get.
If only we watched any animes with memorable characters.
Right?
Shit!
All my notes were just
Do
like,
we have one this
animation
season?
is poor. Theme OP is
Shit,
alright.
it's Kuso. It's all Kuso. Fucking
Episode
characters.
was very generic and boring.
Yeah, Jesus. Okay, so Akame Ga Kill. Animation done by White Fox, who has done... this is going to be fun. Katana Gatari, Tears to Tiara, and Jormungand. I'm going to go ahead and stick with those pronunciations.
Good enough.
Original creator is Takahiro Akama. These are two people.
Yeah, 2 different people.
One of which apparently going by Takahiro. And Tetsuya Tashiro. Apparently this is their first manga.
Yeah.
The director
couldn't believe that.
was Tomoki Kobayashi and directed Amagami, Tears to Tiara, who would have thought, and Otto... Sorry,
Wait, is
I
that
hate
like
this name.
Amagami SS?
Thank you.
Like Amagami?
Can you do that one more time?
Utawara Irumono.
Okay, that'll do. That'll do. But what were you saying, Jeff? I couldn't hear you.
Oh, is that like Amagami SS? Like the Akame Ga?
I don't
fucking know. He's the one who looked it up.
It didn't have the SS in the title of it, so
I'm not sure if like SS is like.
It might be the sequel season.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, so let's talk about Akame Ga Kill.
Actually,
Let
that's
me
the only
lay
one
down.
I've seen out of all the ones that like.
So you were just bullshitting through the 2 other animes.
No. I mean, out of all the added ones, like the director also directed these ones that Amagami's.
Yeah, so we picked some real winners to shit on.
I've actually seen 2 of the animes that this production company made. The
White Fox?
Yeah, White Fox.
Yeah.
Jormongan, whatever.
Yeah.
And Katana Nagatari.
Okay.
And those are pretty good.
Okay, so talking about the scenario with the Akame Ga Kill. So there's a giant imperial nation, and this kid, Tatsumi, he lives out in the middle of nowhere, and his village is very poor. So he goes to the main city. He goes to, like, Empire City. It's not actually called that. To get money in order to send it back to his village to help them all out because they're all destitute and they're going to starve to death. So he comes there.
Was that the setup? I forgot already.
Wow, yeah. This is why, much like with exams in college, you cram it all at the last moment so that way you're fresh on this shit.
Yeah, I was doing that, and then this podcast got pushed back a week.
Oh yeah, that's
Why
right.
is he wearing like a typical school uniform?
So
hold
we'll get to that. So in any case, he comes to the city. He can't find anywhere to stay, and somebody looted him for all of his money. And then some rich person just pulls up, and they're like, "Oh look, a poor person. Hey, come chill at my fucking mansion. It's rich as shit." And that person turns out to be a fucking psychopath. Killed main character's 2 childhood friends who came from the village to also make money in completely sadistic, torturous ways. And an assassination group shows up on the night that he stays at their estate to kill the shit out of everyone. And then he joins this guild because basically at the last moment, the shoe drops. He sees the one of the 2 remaining members of his childhood friends dying of poison, like right in front of him. He kills the shit out of the rich bitch.
Yeah.
And so begins Akame Ga Kill, which is a story of Night Raid, a group of assassins that kill corrupt officials with their anime weapons, which are called the Imperial Arms. So they use the Blaze Blue and the Azure Grimoire to activate instrumentality. So here's I just have the four of the most important characters for the for the first 5 episodes, anyways. There is
Actually, you forgot to throw in the glasses bitch from the most recent episode.
Yeah, I did. What's her name, Jay?
Sheila.
Shell.
Shella?
For some reason, they just say Shell. It's
Shell?
Sheele.
Yeah.
Shell.
Shell. Okay.
I don't fucking...
Whatever.
Okay.
Shit, they named one Mine.
Yeah.
I kept reading
but it's
Mine, and then I hear them say
Mine.
Mine. And I'm like,
I thought it was Mine the whole
What?
time.
Yeah, like it wasn't until like the 3rd time they said her name. I was like, wait, they're saying mine. Shit.
So-
like, it took me so long to get used to that with like Fujiko Mine, and I was just like,
Yeah.
okay, that is how you said it, Mine.
yeah,
And-
right? But in any case, we got Akame here, who uses a katana that, like, when she does a cut, it, like, curses, poison, blood, they die.
Yeah.
Just period.
One cut dead.
So she's kind of the more quiet type. We got Leon, which is the person who looted the main character. She has giant tits, and her imperial arms make her into a literal cat girl.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't it?
Because why wouldn't it?
Reminds
It gives
me
her strong power.
The girl from Chrono Trigger, the prehistoric one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
She
like-
is.
Transform, she
Yeah.
does look good, but like her.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can totally see that.
understandable. Oh my god, they're ripping off Toriyama, Jeff.
Right?
Okay, so
Fucking
dare
somebody
they?
let Toriyama know. He's so original.
with his 3 character designs.
That he reuses in such vastly different
You
ways,
know,
like Gohan from Dragon
guys,
Quest
he also
8.
takes xenomorphs.
Everywhere.
You know, as much as I keep shitting on Dragon Ball Z on my channel, I don't think people believe that I like Dragon Ball Z. I keep just picking that fucking series apart like a dick, and it's like, no, see, I hate it because I love it.
You only point out the things you don't like.
Pretty much.
Man, fucking that Freedom Planet review, the comment section is a fucking wasteland. It's hilarious. I read a comment somewhere out there on the internet where somebody was like, he's just one of those wannabe famous YouTubers who shits on games to get popular. I'm like, I've only done 2 negative reviews ever. This in Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror Fate.
And
Oh
Lord of
god,
Shadow
in Castlevania Lords of Shadow 1. You might notice a trend.
Honestly, can we just consider that one fucking game? Whatever. Like, Lords of Shadow sucks dick, we know it. It ruined the goddamn franchise.
We also have a girl who dresses all in pink, and she uses a gun blade that is a sniper rifle.
Or a machine gun, whatever it needs to be.
Yeah.
Whatever it needs to be
It
at the
shoots
moment.
spirit bullets, and she is...
Her name's Mine. And then we have this really cool dude who's in fucking armor and ripped this shit with a pompadour, and his name's Bullet.
Dragoon.
Yeah. Right? He's fucking awesome with that
And
armor on.
then there's
Glasses Girl, who is bad at everything but killing people.
Yeah.
Oh, and holding main character as he cries.
Yeah.
Those are her two talents, which in my book makes her excellent wife material. If you can just hold me when I'm sad and kill everyone that I need you to, we can make this work. But yeah, so those are the main characters. They're an assassins group who wear extremely bright, colorful outfits. That sort of gets me.
That's why they do it at night.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
So that way they
night
can
raid.
still see them. The moon casts enough light for pink to show up in a forest.
Well, that's why I keep her in the fucking, like, the woods.
Well, she needs to be able to be seen because that would give her more power with her gun. That's why they do it.
Oh, yeah,
solely.
because her gun, and this is the stupidest thing in the whole series so far,
I'll
is
argue that.
more powerful when she's in danger. I'm like, so it's a literal shonen fuck you!
I kind of felt like that was taken from a video game. Like, oh, her HP is low, so she's doing more damage. Sort of situation.
No, that's taken from DBZ because it's like, oh, Saiyans get all fucking powerful when the stakes are fucking Yu Yu Hakusho. Yusuke only really tries when he's really down at his luck.
It's basically just like
I'm
a
surprised
desperation gauge.
she didn't say that, and the fucking Pompadour Rip dude came out and was like, I thought you would train for this day, but I see that was a mistake, and breaks the main character over his back, and then she actually shoots a laser so big it blows up the moon.
Yep.
Fuck that gun! Just goddamn it, that was so stupid. Her gun is Yusuke. Just fuck.
I kind of like how
but
stupid their
Yusuke's
gun
awesome.
weapons are.
Yusuke is awesome, but that's because he's Yusuke, not because he's a gun.
But he does shoot a gun.
He is kind of a walking human gun.
Okay, Goku, alright guy. As a gun, fucking annoying, because you just pull the trigger and it's like, ah, for like 10 minutes.
And then it goes yellow for some reason.
Yeah, it's weird, and gets hairy. And then it turns into an adult gun, if it was a kid gun, but only when it turns Super Saiyan 4. DBZ is a smart show. Jay from HailsNeon.com, what was your opinion of Akame Ga Kill?
Generic as fuck. Everything about this series is just so fucking bad numbers. Like, pretty much like Bob's assessment of Blue Spring Ride.
Is your assessment of
Yeah.
Yeah, first off, the goddamn character designs are the most generic, bland, uninspired shit I've seen in a while. Like the main character especially, because he's just like, why the fuck is he dressed like Mr. Rogers in like bracers and like some shin guards? I'm like, what the fuck?
He's the only character design I kind of like, to be honest, because he looks like a generic villager number 3 you see in an RPG, but he just bought like one sword and he could afford the gloves and shoes, but nothing else.
Yeah,
and then he's going to battle.
Yeah, it's just like I'm trying to figure out like why the hell he's like in khakis and a fucking sweater though. Like he doesn't feel like generic townsperson number 15. He feels like generic high school kid from modern anime that got shoved into a fucking period piece for some goddamn reason.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call this a period piece.
He's kind of a little. It's a fantasy world, whatever. What was it? All the other characters feel extremely stock. Akame she's the Rei Ayanami of the fucking series.
Mm-hmm.
She has like that one, like she's kind of like the redone version of Rei Ayanami that you see in animes now, where she's like really quiet and stoic and monotone, but she has like that one little quirk, kind of like the main character from Bamboo Blade.
Can we never bring...
Yeah, let's not talk about Bamboo Blade, because then Aggro will fucking yell at me for not liking
He'll
that
just
anime.
appear and be like, no, you're good.
Yeah. Leone, she's the Ryoko of the fucking series. Blatantly fucking Ryoko. Mine kind of just covers both lowly and bitch. So, they got 2 in 1 with that one.
Yep. Absolutely.
Bullet is he's
They say his name like Bullet. I
Bullet?
noticed that. Yeah.
Is that okay?
I'm like, okay, let's get this down. We got Bullet, mine, and then weird Japanese shit. Guys,
Yeah.
come on, get an actual naming
Yeah,
scheme.
so I'll go with your pronunciation because it sounds better. So
Yeah.
Bullet, he's Captain Bravo from fucking Busa Ranking. He's so blatantly like just that character, except they gave him like a shot of Alex Louise Armstrong to make him extra gay, and gave him like this bitchin' like space dandy pompadour. He's just a mishmash of all of those over the top characters.
And I was just glad he was here.
Yeah,
out of all of
he's
them.
the best character. But once again, Captain Bravo was the best character in fucking Busa Ranking.
Yeah.
Then Shayla, she's the ditzy one, and I guess she kills a lot. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I could have sworn I've seen this archetype before, where like the character's only fucking good at killing, and she's kind of a ditz. I can't think of anything specifically, but I swear I've seen the archetype before. But if not, But yeah, also going back to Busa Ranking, the Imperial arms are so fucking just the arms alchemy from Busa Ranking.
That's such a generic thing. I can't really place it on anything. It's like
Yeah,
they're MacGuffin magic weapons.
Yeah,
From ancient times
From
that
ancient-
are overpowered.
That we cannot
compared to-
possibly make today.
yeah, and
Which
like everything
Yeah.
about it just like everything about it feels like it's like we're gonna take this from here, this from here, this from here. They're gonna slap it all together, and there's like and nothing really interesting has happened. Like the first episode, I thought had potential. It kind of pulled like a Sword Art Online with me, where I was like, oh, okay, like I can see where we can pull something interesting from this from this premise. And then every episode after that, I'm like, fuck, anime, do something.
Okay, if you're drawing lines and you and Jeff are on the same side, I'm going to advise you as your vizier to stop bringing up Sword Art Online in a negative tone, otherwise you're going to lose your partner. Jeff nods.
Honestly, I didn't.
Jeff, we've had this discussion where I picked apart Sword Art Online, and your response was, okay, I can't really defend any of that,
Yeah.
but I really liked it,
I
which
mean,
is respectable. I can
Jake
deal with
just
it.
like gets really annoyed at it for some reason, whereas I just took it for what it was and enjoyed it.
A piece of shit.
I mean, it was an enjoyable piece of shit, though.
I really like season 1. I really can't
Yeah,
say
no,
much about
season
season
2
2.
sucked because they're
Yeah.
like, by the way, he's your sister, and
she
she's
loves
all
you,
into
but
incest, but not in the way that I like. So
And that girl that you were acting like was your wife. Well, you're not that crazy about her anymore. You're giving your sister a chance. I mean, she's your sister after all.
Right?
You gotta give her a chance.
God, I hate Sword Art Online.
How else are you gonna get ahead of this world?
I need aggro for
Oh
this
wait!
podcast
It's
because-
okay. It's they're cousins, guys. It's not sister brother. It's cousins.
Oh
It's
yeah, but
fine.
he
So
doesn't
this is-
know that they're cousins.
So this is
right?
Naruma Daikon territory right
Yes.
here? Okay. Speaking of which, we should review that sometime.
Seriously, because I still haven't
Have you-
watched it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I have
You
no
two
idea
haven't
what
watched
you're
it.
talking
You
about.
really should. It's really good.
It's the thing Nabishin did after Excel Saga.
It's a fucking...
It's a musical.
It's a musical anime about these fucking thieves who live on this tiny fucking radish farm in the middle of a normal Japanese city. So it's just civilized as fuck all around them except for this tiny sand lot where they grow fucking turnips, like radishes and shit.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, but going back to what I was saying before, like
No,
I
we're
kind of-
talking about
Variant
their-
of Daikon.
we're
About
done,
these
we're done.
radishes?
Oh,
Wait,
yeah,
are
well,
they daikon radishes?
They are daikon.
Okay,
they
I
are
can
the
get on-
Narima Daikon
I can get
brothers.
on board with this.
One of them's a chick, and there's an
and
incest
she has a
arc.
penis, which is why she's a brother.
Nice.
She doesn't have a penis, but it is very
Well,
incest.
there's an
Oh, then I read
incest
the wrong
arc,
doujinshi then.
Yeah, you did. You need to stop buying the tits on accident. You know?
I mean, they aren't really part of the plot. You know that, right? Right?
I thought it was expanded universe. Shit. I wanted to
like
get like the full story. Damn it! I was just like, man, this is really weird side arc where the sister now has a penis and she's just pegging all these dudes. What the hell?
And she's a Cylon, huh?
This series went way off the beaten path. Fuck.
Where'd they mix this in?
So you were talking about how you love Sword Art Online.
Yeah,
and
yeah, like-
Akame Ga Kill pulls its references from things at such a random and mishmash pace that it's almost Freedom Planet. Continue.
But anyhow, yeah, like it pulls its elements from all over the place. Like I was saying, like the first episode, I felt like it kind of pulled a Sword Art Online for me personally, where there was a lot of potential from that first episode, and then it just kind of peters off, and it just doesn't take advantage of that potential. Like, I feel like we could have done a lot of interesting political things. There could have been a lot of world building, but instead we have stock fat ass fucking evil imperialist fucker
Yeah.
who just eats meat and like his voice acting is so over the top that I'm just like, this isn't even comical. It's stupid. Like I hate him. I hate that fucking villain. Every time like they have to go fight someone, it's just some generic, villain of the week formula shit that they've been doing. The story really hasn't been going anywhere, and I'm constantly being fucking reminded that Tatsumi's fucking friends are dead and he misses them.
Absolutely, every episode.
Fuck, guys, and like they're not doing anything with that. It's just we're being reminded like I miss my friends. Yeah, bro, that's great. How's a fucking development?
Well, he finally is shedding that in episode 5 as he's coming to terms with, like, he can't revive it.
Until he backpedals in episode 6.
But if we want to contrast to things that have good political world building and development, I had that exact thought, and I just sort of went, man, Full Metal Alchemist.
Yes!
Did this sort of imperial army that's corrupt, this sort of society, grand society surrounded by neighboring nations, and they're at war a lot more delicately. Because, in the 5th episode, they're like, if I were to say which one's worse, who's the most badass person in Badass Town? It's the guy with the ice powers, or the chick with the ice powers. And then it's like, but don't worry, she's attacking the northern country. Yeah. And then we cut to that, and she just kicked their ass in like an hour. And I'm like, great, because, fucking Full Metal Alchemist would have been great if they're like, let's beat the shit of that nation. And they just wrote them out in a single episode. Well, she kicked their ass.
The series is very heavy-handed. It's not subtle at anything, like, in terms of, like, progressing things. There's nothing subtle about the characters, the story, everything's just lifted from other ideas.
To be fair, to its one credit on the whole, like, eviscerate the proletariat is the whole story with this thing. At very least, they don't sit there and paint it with rose-tinted glasses. They sit there and they just straight up go, we're killing. Don't fucking kid yourself. You're still killing a fucking human being at the end of the day.
Yeah, I will give it some credit for that, at least.
That and the 2 moments where the fucking people weren't unruly creatures, not the guy with the imperial arms, but the first episode, the rich bitch, and it was a later episode where a person higher up, it wasn't Ogre, it wasn't that guy in the military, but they both just appeared visually as fucking creature monsters for a moment there. I was like, this is an interesting commentary on how, like, Tatsumi, main character, is sort of like, how he's dealing with the fact he has removed their humanity. Wholesale. They're fucking creatures to him, and he murders them. Those 2 tiny fucking elements are all I like in this show.
I would say, like, okay, honestly, like, it feels more like they're kind of just lifting their character, like, like the visual designs of these bad guys straight from fucking Hellsing, because it kind of has like the Hellsing smile and shit.
Yeah, with that one dude, it was hella like.
And I was just like, and like I can't even say like give it that much credit of like, oh, like this is how he views them. Like, no, it's just this character designer is really fucking uninspired.
I have to wonder if that's something that was original manga or just for the anime, because White Fox kind of like some of the previous work, I believe some of them are from Madhouse. Oh. And that would be where the Hellsing look comes from some of it.
Okay.
Because Mundgund or whatever had a lot of Madhouse-looking characters.
Okay, maybe that's just... But even
I'm not saying that gives it a pass or anything. I'm just saying that might be where it's from.
Okay. Well, like regardless, though, like I think we can all agree that the character designs are really just by the books.
I can't say that any of them I find super interesting. I just find the muscly gay dude with the armor the
funny.
Most...
Yeah,
he's a great amusing, character. So... But it's sad when Akame, out of all of these people, is like the most interesting. Because she's not.
I like how they keep trying to give these characters tragic backstories, and I'm like,
but here's the thing,
they're so shoehorned in. I'm like, fuck, I don't care.
As shoehorned in as it is, and as like, this is the character of the night raid we're gonna go into for this week. Still nowhere near as bad as the Beauty and the Beast Brigade from Metal Gear Solid 4. Well, that was the absolute rock bottom of backstories for monster creature assassins. Absolute rock bottom. It's like, let me tell you about her. See, she's angry. Thanks, Draven! I didn't know that! She was just screaming, show me your rage! The whole battle! Which was, by the way, half a fucking hour! Because she kept disappearing!
Yeah,
I love Metal Gear Solid 4 is the point of that commentary.
Yeah, which Phil keeps trying to like. It's like, oh, Dan's so jaded now. Like you guys just don't appreciate anything. It's like, no, Phil, we just hate shit.
Okay, I'm gonna assume Phil's listening to this.
Yeah.
Pretty crass assumption. Whatever. Fucking Phil, I know you got time to kill, dishes, whatever. So you're playing this. I'm not jaded. If things are still good, I'm okay with it. Like Freedom Planet. Not a bad game because it borrows a ton of elements. It's just unpolished garbage, like, at the end of the day. Like, it would be okay if Akame Ga Kill borrowed all these elements and character designs and things, and at the end of the day was a well-written thing. That'd be absolutely fine. Metal Gear Solid 4 with the enormous cutscenes would be fine if any of them were written well. Like, you don't even have to take an actual course in script writing to know everything that's wrong with Metal Gear Solid 4. Nothing emotionally or situationally changes in most of its cutscenes. It's just like, I'm old. You're old, Snake. I'm old. Snake, how you feeling? Snake, I'm old. That's the fucking... Okay, in any case, so about Akame Ga Kill. The game?
Yeah.
Gameplay-wise, I could say parts of it, yeah. It was kind of weird, like, because in case you didn't know, like, about a month ago, I played through the whole thing in, like, 2 days.
Really?
Every chapter ends with a vehicle segment, which is something you don't notice when they're separated by giant install times. Like, you tend to just not remember the end of the last segment. So I'm like, wait a second.
You're right.
Yeah, it's like...
do push-ups and watch Snake smoke.
Yeah.
Half an hour.
You did push-ups. I exercise too, but in a way I'm not willing to talk
about. Say like, how about you go outside and exercise?
Yeah, it says some shit like that. Maybe go fuck yourself, game. I paid $60. I should be able to tell you what to do.
I'll tell you, like, game, if I wanted to go exercise, I wouldn't have fucking bought you. Go to hell.
Yeah, so many vehicle segments. But Akame Ga Kill. Jeff, what did you...
Like... It hurt, it like pained me so much when you were talking about how generic, blue spring. I just know that it has blue in the name. I can't remember the rest of it.
Blue anime.
Yeah, the blue anime, how
blue
generic
gender.
that was, because Akame Ga Kill is like the most generic thing I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
It's like seriously like absolutely everything. It's like, oh, the blonde-haired Twin Tails girl is the Tsundere. And it's like,
of
course,
she's pink hair, isn't she?
Oh, is it pink
Yeah,
hair?
I think
Whatever.
so.
Well, the
Close
Twin
enough.
Tails girl. I just put Twin Tails. In my notes that I'm using very thoroughly.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
and
no.
then, like,
I'm not saying that the
black-
Akame Ga Kill is not generic. I'm just saying Blue String Ride is also the most generic.
it is pretty generic. I'll give you that at least. But
You
yeah,
dick.
the katana wielding girl is the cold one with the black hair, of course.
Yeah.
And then like I liked the first episode. I actually really enjoyed the first episode, despite like having many complaints about it.
Yeah.
But like one thing that killed me was that like in the first episode, the main character was like pretty interesting, at least like he had like weird quirks, like they were like, wow, you sure killed that monster, and then he's just like, wow, thanks.
Yeah,
you know?
like he had
and then, like,
a lot
being
of
like
personality in that first episode.
and then they never, like, they did that a few times throughout the episode where he just kind of, like, go all sissy for a moment. And then after that, he just, like, turned into, I'm gonna kill. They're bad people. I'm gonna kill them. My friends are dead.
See, yeah, for me, all I can figure out with that, right, is that thing I was talking about before. Like, he has that moment where he just removes their humanity and then he just ruthlessly kills them. That is the only thing that justifies any of those fight scenes.
Yeah.
But more importantly, favorite part of this anime isn't those two things. Those are the two best parts of this anime. My favorite part of this anime is the phrase top-level danger beast. That's fucking gold. On GigaBoots, we've been calling various shit that for the last 3 weeks because that's the stupidest damn thing I've heard in an anime in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree with that. First episode, it was kind of like the first episode was inverse to the rest of these, where you were talking about the first episode or whatever of Nozaki-kun was just unbearable or whatever. I forget who it was with what series, but yeah, no, this was just like, oh my god, this could be good. And then episode 2, nah, you're not really doing this right. By episode 4, you're like, you're never gonna get it. Okay.
The end of that
Fuck.
episode was really painful, though. Whenever they were just kind of like, oh, I was torturing people. Oh, by the way, your friends are dead. And they're just like, oh, you're a night raid. And they're like, all right, like, It was just like, we got like 2 minutes left. We got
Yeah, we
got
can
to
wrap
wrap
this
up
up now,
this
bitch.
episode and say you're in Night Rage so you can be in it in the next episode. And it's like,
Yeah, that was the one part that killed it for me. Like, it just, like, you're in Night Raid now. Like, if it just ended with, like, they were just gonna figure out what to do with this asshole later, then that would have been better. But it's like, nope, you're one of us. Whoa, I'm the huge-breasted chick that's gonna push you around because I get my way because I have tits.
Yeah.
The rest of that I was actually kind of cool with the whole, like, I don't know, like, because that was a good twist at that point of just like, no, the rich person is fucked up and has a shed where they fucking torture, make meat from people.
It wasn't so
you
much
may have
like
eaten your friend.
the twist. It was more so the fact that, like, it was like 5 minutes before he was like, by the way, I also came here with my friends, and they're like, where are your friends at? Maybe we can find them. Oh, they're both dead in the shed. Just like, we just kind of brought up these friends to, like, advance the plot real quick. And then they, like you guys were saying earlier, they just keep bringing it up. And it's like, it was very clearly a cheap plot point.
Yeah.
Stop bringing it
Yeah.
up.
I mean, that plot point is something that's been used a lot recently, I feel like.
Really?
Like, Dead Man Wonderland pulls that, your friends die in the first episode situation. The Attack on Titan does it to a lesser extent because it waits until they go through the high school stuff.
How many episodes was
They
that?
do it in a more interesting way.
They do.
Yeah.
But they do kill his mom off in the first episode.
But about how many episodes? Not Mom. The other one is
Dead Man
No.
Wonderland?
Just Attack on Titan, but not the mom. The
other
thing.
ones?
Yeah.
I'd say that was like
10 episodes?
4.
Okay, I thought it was a little
It's
bit later
pretty
than that.
decent way.
Yeah,
to do it.
yeah.
Okay,
you
yeah.
it's
That
not-
would have been
it's
more
not as-
appreciable in this if, like,
But,
episode
like-
4 he found out.
Yeah, and if you actually knew who his friends were
But
before,
I-
like,
Like if they were,
I feel
right?
like it makes them it makes it a little bit better because they do those flashbacks and like okay we get the more development of what they were like before they.
But the thing
get
is, though, it's
killed.
kind of like the same thing of like, we're gonna go to the city. Like that's like the extent
like
of
they
the
just-
fucking
The
friendship.
problem is, they're not characterized enough for that to really work in that aspect.
I know
All I
shit
can
about them.
all I can figure, right, from that element of this is just going into the emotional aspect of he is still hung up on that and not letting go or whatever, and he's still like scarred by that. I'm not saying it's good that they're going into that, but that is the only way. The way they're bringing that up makes sense to me. It's not an interesting. None of those characters are interesting. The audience doesn't give a single fuck. They were eaten. One of them was probably eaten episodes ago. I don't fucking care.
I mean, what was I gonna say? It was something about.
Also,
I lost
Ieyasu? Are you really gonna name one of them that? Are you fucking whatever?
That
The
his
weird
name,
part I
Ieyasu?
found, Ieyasu and Sayo.
One of the two, yes, Ieyasu and Sayo are the
But-
two childhood friends.
Oh, yeah.
That probably weren't even childhood friends. That's the part that really
Right,
kills
it was
me.
probably
just
All
like-
of
What do you think
the
about
all of
them?
the scenes are them preparing to be in the Imperial Army.
Yeah, so they've known each other
What
for like 5 minutes before they went on their epic quest.
Turns out he's not even from that village.
These are the two
Whoa!
guys you're going on a journey with.
The weird
I missed
part
them
was
so much.
It was
Those
his
two
RPG
looked like they could be
party, and they just got
sisters.
slaughtered at the first level.
What's up?
those two look like they could be related. Like they are really similar in
Yeah.
style, and they have very similar clothing. And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
maybe the village is more Asian
Yeah,
or
like,
something.
yeah, what the
And then
hell?
his name is Japanese, and so
Yeah.
were theirs.
Yeah, I
but
don't
then
get
he
that.
totally doesn't look at all like them.
Yeah, because like I said before, like they're just very traditionally Asian, and then
Probably just
he's
bad
fucking like I said,
character
he's
design.
Japanese high school Mr. Rogers. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't.
I
I don't
weird.
understand his
yeah,
look in the least.
yeah,
bit.
his design clashes with the rest of them, and
Also, every single sword in that show is a fucking paddle. They're all really short and really wide, and it looks like they're just gonna go play cricket with it.
Yeah.
and then they kill
cricket.
people.
You gotta know what a crumpet is to understand cricket.
I know what
So-
crumpets are.
Goddamn, dude, I'm making an intro reference. Nobody ever gets those. Fuck.
Yeah. Okay. So we're in 2014.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you
know
need
that
to-
movie's like 25 years old.
You
Shit.
need to take that in and live your life.
I'm
knowing,
old, Dan. Fuck you.
We just keep
I'm
flashing
a-
back to his dead Ninja Turtle friends.
But yeah, no, really blunt swords. Yeah, I noticed that too. Like, oh man, fucking animation quality. That fucking
ass.
sword, Akame sword is fucking the worst fucking drawn thing. It looks different in every fucking scene, and I'm losing my mind. I'm like, that didn't have that detail until this moment in this episode. Last episode, it went straight out apart and then curved. The fucking learn to draw. I was losing my mind.
I'm used to katanas being
Anime B team isn't so good at
curves.
curves.
the
this is
animation
why
quality is
every fucking sword should pull the Rurouni Kenshin eye trick, where it's like, oh, there's stripes painted on it, and you can't tell how long it is.
yeah.
That way, the animation team gets away with whatever.
I liked, what was the general guy that he killed? The second person
Ogre.
he killed?
Ogre.
Yeah, his...
Which, what bullshit? What fucking horse shit was it that they're like, okay, we're gonna send the 2 actual members of Night Raid after this defenseless fuck. And you, Tatsumi, can go fuck yourself in a dark alley with Ogre.
They want to test him.
Whole time Akame was just like, I'm so glad you didn't get hurt. And it's like, bitch, no,
fuck you.
Where did this come from?
Where the hell were you this whole time? Well, getting my ass kicked.
I thought we became best friends when we were cooking all week long. Like,
Really? Because I thought you were kind of a mean-spirited cunt.
I know.
Her
First it was
becoming
like-
super apparent love interest really got me.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was obvious from the beginning. He was just like, I hate her so much. She tried to kill me twice.
And then he fucking just says, oh! Okay, so he says that, and he immediately follows it up with, there, I took on that dangerous job. What do you think of that? It's like, why do you care what she thinks? You hate her! Fuck you!
She's the pretty one.
Yeah,
She's
let me just
She
say...
does not have nearly big enough boobs.
Yeah.
Hey, let me just say that...
For her to be...
Does anyone
whatever.
feel like this is going to end up going the harem route, where they're going to set up all of these goddamn females, and possibly Bullet, to be a goddamn love interest for this fucking character?
That's a better series.
Possibly! That might make it more interesting, because,
I mean, it definitely already got tones of that. I wouldn't be too surprised.
No, like, I feel
Shells.
like, how many...
Shell and Mine.
Do we know how many episodes we're getting of this?
I'm not sure.
I bet it's going to be... Honestly, it feels like it's going to be a 26 episode.
I feel like
I
it
feel
is
it's going to
too.
be 12.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll just sort of end.
Because
I don't think the manga's done.
Well, yeah, the manga isn't done, but there's a good bit of manga out right now.
All
I
right,
looked
maybe
it
they'll
up.
go farther then.
So, I don't know. I feel like if that was going to be a harem anime, it would have shown deeper tones of that in individual episodes by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have the Tenchi moment of 2 girls trying to... Nobody really wants him, but then one at a time they like him.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, man,
which
can we
means-
stop watching... See, like, this is a fucking problem. Like, Nozaki-kun in this, it's like, stop having a character of the episode. Can we please just have more than one...
Well, we need to get all the characters in, then we can do that.
Yeah, just... The worst part is, like, they keep... Yeah, like, you brought up, like, they have, like, the character of that week, and it's like... But they're not, like, it's like, let's give them, like, their tragic backstory that doesn't mean jack shit, and it's just, it feels like it's just being dark for the sake of being dark with their backstories, and then it's not really contributing to their character or who they are as people.
I don't know.
Being dark
for the sake of being dark is usually done darker than that. It's usually Beauty and the Beast Brigade. I'm sorry this comes up so often, but it is so that.
Well, I mean, it's not like we're getting into Elephant Lead territory, but...
Yeah. But, yeah, in any case, it was not like, and then she ate all the baby snake. It's like, it's more like, she was foreign, so people hate her. Now she's gonna kill the fuck out of them. Like, and I'm like, okay, that was kind of
really
brief.
surprised that they didn't, like, none of them were horribly raped or anything. Like, I was really
I was
expecting
waiting
that
for
from
that
Shayla.
one.
Well, we haven't gotten to everyone. Maybe the green hair dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might switch it up.
Yeah, honestly, like, I'm kind of expecting, like, Leone to be the rape victim because he's such a hard ass, you know, that's what toughened her up.
That could be it. So what's your epic backstory? I used to have a B cup.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
I used to go get drunk at bars, and guys would have their way with me. And
I was okay with it.
Wasn't really rape, I was just kind of a
Yeah.
slut.
Wasn't they always left money on the nightstand. I didn't question it.
I just
Were you
kinda rolled
actually a
with it.
whore and didn't know it?
A what? I don't know that word.
Prostitute?
One day I realized it was more fun and worthwhile to kill people. More money,
Just
more
no
money.
connection whatsoever. Just like then I said, maybe I'll kill people today.
All right.
And I did. It was all right.
Okay, so yeah, pretty much, I think we can all agree, though, that this series is really generic, and there's not a...
I
Bob,
haven't.
what did-
It's definitely really generic. It's of these 3, I'd say it's 2 because I like
Okay,
Nozaki
yeah.
a decent bit, and
Yeah, you don't
the
like
more
this one,
I'm watching this, the less I'm liking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the sort of situation I'm hitting with it. Like episode 1, God, that thing at the end. They just it feels like the tone just has to get super dark constantly. Like I kind of understand why they're doing it. Like, okay, we need to make these enemies be as horrible as we possibly can. This guy, he doesn't just kidnap women; he kidnaps women and beats them to death.
Yeah.
Like you can't like shortchange it at all. It's
what was it like in going back? Using FMA as a parallel, the original FMA, it balanced that whole darkness, comedy, light atmosphere thing really well. And it, like I said, it was subtle. It had subtlety to it.
I'm noticing a lot of parallels with Freedom Planet, but hey, just continue.
Yeah. It's just subtlety is the key word with the series, and it has none of it.
right.
Yeah.
It's just trying to be as gory as it can,
And then as goofy as a motherfucker.
right.
You're my slave. You have to carry my gifts that I'm buying for myself. He eats people.
Look at all those people being tortured to death in the street.
Yeah, that was literally
Whoa!
boom, boom.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
what are they excited about? Oh, people are being crucified. Whoa, carry my stuff. Whoa! Like,
you
just
can't
fucking
just
get a tone
juxtapose
and stick with
scenes
it
like
for 10
that.
fucking
It's-
minutes. Please.
I kind of enjoy the fight scenes, honestly. I mean, they're not well animated.
Yeah, not at all.
But
Jesus
I
Christ,
like
no.
I always enjoy the dynamic of, okay, we're going to give characters interesting powers and shove them at each other. I mean, that's the core of shonen.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
So the
Lancer
core of
flying.
shonen is changed. I'm just I'm trying to figure out which anime actually changes and doesn't do the same thing every episode for 26 episodes straight. But in any case, continue.
Science of life.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You like that aspect
yeah,
of it, the Imperial Arms?
The Imperial Arms, yeah, they're goofy and just stupid, but it's
Yeah.
just like a transformation Bleach or whatever.
Yeah.
Not transformation. What
I
are,
don't
what
think
are
that's
they
a
called?
positive
Bankai.
thing.
Not the Bankai. I mean, just their weapon.
Yeah, I forget
is
that.
Oh,
I
the
forget the term.
Zanpakuto?
Zanpakuto,
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, it's.
I'm not
It's
even
not-
the Bleach fan here anymore. Like, come on, Bob, step it up.
I know.
Are they still making that?
They're
Yes.
still making the manga. The anime stopped.
Yeah, because they're like, man, you
there's a
don't
God.
realize this is fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it became complete garbage years ago. It's awful.
I
but
watched
still
like
love it.
180 episodes of it, and
Oh,
I was like,
I
yeah,
jumped
right? And I
off.
was like, why the fuck am I like watching this?
Right?
I watched one, maybe two episodes, right? And I see a YouTube clip, and I'm like, so does this just jump the shark? And then I see another random episode. I'm like, it looks like it just really jumps the shark. And then he shows me the most recent episode in Japan at the moment. I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm not going
Yeah.
down that road.
Yeah, but like I just love how every time they introduce like a new concept, Ichigo is that new thing as well.
Right.
It's
They
like
can't- they
I'm a
can't be
Shinigami, Vizard, fucking. What was it like? He's a Shinigami, a Vizard, a Hollow.
Whatever those arrow guys are.
Yeah, he's a Quincy, he's a fucking Fullbring, it's just whatever the hell, like, he's a fucking Super Saiyan,
Well-
he's a Mazaku, it's just,
Well,
he is everything.
They're making shonen, so they look back to classic
He's an
shonen,
alchemist.
like Yu Yu Hakusho. And you remember in Yu Yu Hakusho, they go to the underworld, they meet the ruler of the underworld. It's also Yusuke. And no, I'm just fucking with you. But no, yeah, Akame Ga Kill, I think we can all, like, unlike Blue Spring Ride, which had us a bit divided.
Yeah, we got there.
Blue Spring Ride had us sad and angry. Yeah, no, I think we could all say this is pretty bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Brain
it's definitely
Genesis
not
2.
good anime.
For
I'm
me,
going to keep watching it
because
but it's not good anime.
Because I'm making fun of Blue Spring Ride, it's in third by like a huge distance. Because I'm just like, you're not even. I can't make fun of you anymore. You stop saying stupid shit like top level Danger Beast, and now you're
they
just
need
like,
more Danger Beasts. This is definitely true.
oh, the Prime Minister
Yeah, I was-
eats human beings. Isn't that crazy? You gotta eat the meat while it's fresh. Oh, and then he stretches the meat out in front of the
Yeah.
perspective and chomps it. Oh
Yeah.
man, let's just do that 2
Yep.
episodes in a row.
Yep.
Isn't it crazy?
It's zany.
It's
Yeah.
so zany.
And always got to wait for that guy's wife. That's great.
Yeah.
No, he was gonna eat her.
Oh,
That's why
okay,
his
yeah,
mouth
that
was watering. He's like, don't worry, I'll make full use of her. So
Okay.
he's at least eating her. He's probably also raping her.
Yeah.
But really, would you want to eat meat from a... Let's not talk about what
Yeah,
Bob
like,
would do with the
Cut
lady.
off a segment of it, and then
Oh,
like
no,
bring it
don't
over
And then
it.
fuck the segment? Or...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you fuck the open wound, Dan. Don't you know anything
so
about
we all
necrophilia?
agree that if Akame Ga Kill just went straight Guro,
it wouldn't be unexpected.
Everyone gave me this look of like, what's wrong with you? Okay, so, but yeah, no one liked this.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, Bob, I think, is the only one who would continue watching it if it wasn't for the podcast.
But Bob watches everything.
Yeah.
Right.
You have no...
Yeah,
dude,
true.
It's scary.
Yeah, and, you know, honestly, this series, I just want to watch Busa Ranking again. Because that series was fun, and it had a lot of the same concepts and more interesting characters.
If they just dropped out this whole, like, everything has to be super dark, and we're just like, let's just be goofy.
Yeah,
then
like,
it'd be
the series had
better.
any sense of goddamn fun.
Right.
Like, fuck.
I mean, they have almost full episode dedicated to being goofy, and then just
Yeah.
throw in the Guro.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, Akame Ga Kill. It's crap. Moving on.
I just missed Full Metal.
Right.
Because they keep trying to build this nation in these politics, and I'm like, you're not really doing that. You're just, here's a corrupt kid.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah. Like going back to Full Metal, like I'd rather either just watch Full Metal Alchemist or Busa Ranking again. Either one of those will be
Probably
fine.
both at the same
Yeah,
time
I
with
can
bottled
alternate that
liquor.
shit.
Just
Kind of reminds me of, what was it called? Some magic show that was a few seasons ago now. Did almost the same thing. Of like, oh, we're going to build this whole huge nation and stuff, and then they do it incredibly clumsily.
Project ACO.
I will have to say though, like by the time we do the wrap up podcast, I probably will be drinking.
Yeah.
I am going to need it.
See, here's the thing. We're actually trying to decide whether or not we're going to do, like, because we're going to be doing WeeaBoots monthly. So the next month's episode, we're going to review some retro stuff, but the next month, we're going to be doing, series roundups. We're still not sure we're going to follow these series. We probably should just switch. Because we got a real lot of losers here, I got to say. Because none of us walked away from that going, yeah, I would love to watch more of this.
Maybe it's just a shit season. Then again, there is one I'm watching that I'm really liking, but I can't openly suggest it.
That's interesting. So we'll have to just look around, see if we can't find something better, and we'll post ahead of time whether or not we're going to review these series at the end of this. But needless to say, no one's really especially thrilled. It'll probably just be more specifics of us nitpicking what we
Like, what we
liked
thought
or
got
disliked.
worse and what we thought didn't get worse.
But I would have
Yeah.
to say, out of all of these, if there's one survivor, so that way there's more yelling, it's Blue Spring Ride. So
Yeah.
real quick, okay, we're going to do, what was the best opening? Jeff, what was your favorite opening out of all three
I
series?
think, what is it? Akame Ga Kill?
Yeah,
Akame Ga
Kill.
Akame Ga Kill.
Can't say
Generic
that.
shonen bullshit.
Ka.
Yeah, anyway, that one, like, it had a good instrumental, but the vocalist sucked. But that
Okay.
bass line was so good.
Mhm.
But overall, I probably liked the generic cutesy intro of Blue Spring Ride.
You're so good at these
I know.
Japanese words.
It needs to be more Japanese, obviously, for the
yeah.
name.
So it's funny. He actually came over earlier. We watched the openings again so we could refresh it. He said the statement. I really like the one with the really good bass line. I was like, yeah, me too. And then we start watching Akame Ga Kills, and he's like, that one. I'm like, no, I meant Nozaki-kun. See,
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
really like Nozaki-kun's like weird slap bass sort of sound and like really festive tone. Also, the intro had erasers, like the type you use for drawing a manga, artist erasers sort of thing, where it was using it as an equalizer. And I thought that was kind of neat, even if it didn't match the song. It was neat to see like fake
Yeah.
Did
stop
like
motion,
that, and then it
pops to donuts
Yeah.
when they go,
Yeah.
oh! And I was just like, okay, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
I love that song. For some reason, it's just infectious to me, and I'd really love to own it.
I'm definitely liking it more every episode that I watch. I'm like, I sit there and listen to it a little bit more and enjoy it. But I hated the first listen of it. I was like, this one
Yeah.
sucks.
I generally appreciable statement to anyone who's listening to a podcast named WeeaBoots. I find the number one problem with like American series is they don't have series themes like that
Right?
that are super catchy.
No.
Yeah, Full House. Yeah, definitely. Full House
all day.
One thing is, though, like,
Yeah,
like even
totally.
cartoons, like,
I'm
kind
so
of
catchy.
fucking Batman animated series kind of killed the cartoon theme song for a while, and then like Teen Titans kind of brought it back, and then fucking Cartoon Network killed it again.
I'm gonna go ahead and say like none of those really hit Japanese levels.
Teen Titans didn't hit Japanese levels.
Which one? First one or Teen Titans Go?
Teen Titans original. T-E-E-N-T-I-T.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it hits,
the new
it
Ninja
hits
Turtle
average.
theme. Like the new Ninja Turtle theme is really catchy too.
I don't like it.
Well, fuck you.
Sorry.
But I mean,
No, none of those work for
anime
me.
theme songs are just kind of like, hey, we're showcasing one of our talents.
Yeah, like random.
We gave you money so you would put this at the beginning of the episode.
Random ass J-pop's like star that we own the dick of here. Like here's their newest song.
Speaking of which,
I like the ones that are actually made for the anime, which do happen
Yeah.
once in a while.
Yeah.
Sailor Moon has that. The new Sailor Moon series
Yeah,
actually has
that's
a theme
pretty
made
nice.
for it.
I would like to note that all three of these openings completely pale in comparison to Watamote's. Watamote's intro was fucking incredible.
I didn't like that.
You didn't like that?
I love
That was
it.
like
Okay.
Death Note for no reason. That was
Yes,
great.
awesome.
that's exactly why it's so good. It's just like she's antisocial and she's like introverted, and they represent this through her literally being chained into a brick wall while faceless
Yeah.
masses walk by, and
Yeah.
she just screams as she rips out of it and punches the camera.
And
And,
if-
it's just like, you're not this metal. What are you doing?
Yeah, the thing is, and that's a theme song that was made for that series.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. If you look up the lyrics, they are all about her character and her arc that she
Oh,
goes.
that's
about,
really funny.
about being like socially awkward in school, and like the last lines of the song is like, "It's your fault that I'm not popular."
Yes. Oh man, that's awesome. That's even better.
Yeah, so yeah, I really
shit.
love that theme song.
I listened to the song not in the opening version. Didn't like it as much. They, like a lot of these opening songs do, they add just a whole nother verse or whatever. They add a whole nother section of it that's too similar to the rest of it, or the opposite problem. It just completely changes tone. And it's like, here's the slow part, and you're just like, no. I liked it when it was the anime intro because
Yeah.
I like anime and I wanted to listen to songs that make me think of. So Bob, what's your favorite opening from the three of these?
Nozaki, yeah. It has a lot of energy in it, and they do
Yeah.
crazy things like freaking. She has a giant ink brush because she's the one who fills all the art,
Yeah.
and she like slashes across something.
Yeah, she
And it's-
slashes across the Tanuki, which spins through
Yeah.
space into the sky.
Yeah, the rulers.
And the fucking drama club dude takes two metal rulers, swings them at the air. Sonic booms basically go out like invisible ones, and it explodes in air. And I was like, this one. I'm gonna like this one.
Yeah,
That was the moment when it clicked. Like, okay, you.
yeah. Like I like all three of the intros. I think they all have some appeal to them. There was a single one that's like, but definitely Nozaki-kun is my favorite one. Instrumentally, it's the most unique.
Yeah.
Visually, it has it has like instrumentally it has like the most energy to it, and visually it is also the most unique of the three. Like has like the kind of bright colors that it does in the beginning. It does have like the cool kind of actiony moments that are silly, and then like you're talking about with the erasers and the it's just there's a lot of really cool visual things going on. Like I said, there's a lot of energy, and it's instrumentally the most interesting of the three. So definitely Nozaki-kun is my favorite instrument or opening wise.
So real quick, I gotta ask.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ask Jeff already?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
I was
You
positive I did.
Yeah, he went
I
with
didn't-
Akame Ga Kill.
No.
What?
No, that intro sucks. I like the bass line.
Okay,
to it.
okay. See,
But you actually
said the spring ride was.
Really?
Spring
No,
Ride
I
because
I,
he's cutesy.
Really, I like the. I'm on the same boat as you guys. I like that
Okay.
one the most. I'm just saying, like, I liked the bass line a lot from Akame.
Akame.
It's one. It's the name of one of the
Akamehameha.
characters. Come on, she's so memorable,
I hated
dude.
that show.
Kamehameha.
I
Yes,
watched
that's
it.
correct.
I watched it while like sitting in the queue finder for Final Fantasy 14.
Just double that up. Miserable on both screens.
But yeah,
But yeah.
no, I like the
Yeah.
Nozaku.
I would Nozaki-kun. Yeah.
Nozaki.
I would say that would that far and away like best intro.
I still don't think it was terribly good.
I don't
just
think it's an A-lister. I think it's like a B. I think
Yeah.
it's a B.
I'll give it a B.
Okay. Bob, what letter grade do you?
Yeah, I'd say B is probably pretty fair. Maybe B plus. I liked it a good bit.
Yeah, because like for me, I usually reserve A's for like Shaft intros.
No, those are S.
Joe.
S rank.
Yes, S rank Danger Beast.
Yeah. Fucking Nichijo's intro.
Everything about Nichijo's, the quality of the animation for it, the song is fantastic.
Now, obviously, of these three anime, we recommend Nichijo.
Nichijo.
I recommend
That's
Kill
like
la
the
Kill.
only
Go
thing-
watch
Yeah.
that. Or just a recap episode.
And I recommend Watamote. What is your random recommendation for this episode? Because I actually like this idea.
My random recommendation, Probably the Monogatari series.
Okay, so that did come up this episode. That'll work because
Yeah.
this is of course shit we were talking about instead of
Yeah,
this.
like I just
You already do Nichijou.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
got Nichijou, I got Watamote. You said Kill la Kill, and you said
the Monogatari series.
okay, cool.
Or watch Orimo if you're into incest.